to bowl first. Rohit Sharma is back for Mumbai Indians along with Quinton de Kock, Surya Kumar Yadav, Ishan Kishan and Karan Pollard, Hardik Pandya, Krunal Pandya, the Pandya brothers. Well, Azari Joseph, Rahul Chahar, Jason Behrendorff and Jasprit Bumrah. As far as the pitch report is concerned, well, it is a 4 p.m. start, so the dew factor will not be there. It's an absolute belter at the Wankhede Stadium. The pitch is so hard with lots of grass on it as well, and that only adds to the pace and bounce of the surface. Although during the pitch report you said that if you win the toss, you'd like to bat first because later on it becomes a little cooler to field. However, Ajinkya Rahane has opted otherwise. He's won the toss and is elected to bowl first. Well, pace bowlers have accounted for 32 of the 37 wickets taken by bowlers in the 3 matches played at the Wankhede, and obviously with the grass there again on the surface, I think it will be pacers who will be in business. While the spinners haven't done a great job for Mumbai Indians, only 5 wickets picked up by the spinners for Mumbai Indians in this edition of the IPL, and that's the lowest among all teams participating in the IPL 2019. Meanwhile, Rajasthan have their worries themselves, and they've got the poorest economy rate in the middle 9 overs. After the power play, that is over number 7 onwards for the next 9 till the death overs as well. They've been very, very expensive. Just under 9 is the economy rate for Rajasthan Royal bowlers during the middle overs, while in the death overs, the final 5, they concede close to 11.5 runs. Ben Stokes is out, and that is a big news. While it's been contrasting the last 2 matches for both the sides, and while Mumbai Indians, who have had Quinton de Kock making good stars but not converting those stars, they will need him to fire with Rohit Sharma back as well. Quinton de Kock has been dismissed between 19 and 27 on 4 occasions. So, and obviously we know that he can do better than that, can Quinton de Kock, the graceful left-hander from South Africa, and also he could do with some help from Rohit Sharma and Surya Kumar Yadav right at the top. As far as Rajasthan are concerned, they need to spark their campaign. They've only got 1 win so far from the matches that they've played, and that was against a lowly Royal Challengers Bangalore. And then you've got Mumbai Indians, who are doing decently well. They're 3rd in the league table, and they won their last 3 matches on the trot. 6 matches for Mumbai Indians, and they've got 8 points, while Rajasthan Royals with 6 matches only registering 2 points. They finally got the win, but then after that a couple of losses for Rajasthan Royals, and the last game as well must have been feeling hard done. The fact that the last ball 6 from Mitchell Santner won them the contest, in fact with one Chennai the contest in that match. Well, Mumbai Indians, Rajasthan Royals at the Wankhede Stadium, match number 27 is not very far away from starting, while in the other match, that will be the second match of the day, it will be Kings 11 Punjab playing host to Royal Challengers Bangalore at the IS Birla Stadium, and we expect that to be a cracker of an encounter as well, with the wicket at the Mohali Stadium always supporting and being good for both bowling and as well as batting. Mumbai Indians win in the previous game against Kings 11 Punjab was only the 2nd win from the last 6 matches while chasing at Wankhede, so that's not a problem today. They will be batting first, Mumbai Indians, and going on to try and put on a big score on the board. Prior to the game against Kings 11 Punjab, the last game that they won, Mumbai lost their previous 3 matches while chasing and had 4 defeats in their last 5 games while chasing at the Wankhede Stadium. So, well, it's our time they change that habit, but today, luckily, they are batting first, and Rohit Sharma is back in the team. The hitman, the captain, the leader of Mumbai Indians, although he does need to do a little better against today's opponents, and that is Rajasthan Royals. He averages only 22.38 against the Royals, and the skipper has scored 403 runs in 18 innings, and he's only got 2 half centuries against Mumbai Indians. While on the other hand, the other skipper, which is Ajinkya Rahane, he's done fairly well against Mumbai Indians, and in 15 innings that he's played against the Blue from Mumbai, he's got 527 runs, getting 4 half centuries during that way. and averaging 40.53. Rahane, he scored 257 runs in the 7 innings he's played against Mumbai at the Wankhede Stadium, and averages about 42. He's got a couple of half centuries there as well. Only Virat Kohli has more runs than Rahane against Mumbai at the Wankhede, and the Indian and Bangalore skipper has 322 runs in this tie between them and Mumbai at the Wankhede Stadium. We were talking about how Rohit Sharma and Quinton de Kock need to give Mumbai a good start when they come out to bat. Rohit Sharma obviously coming back, and he needs 87 runs to complete 8,000 runs in the T20 format, and he will be only the 8th player in the world to do so, and just the 3rd Indian if he scores 87 today. The captain and Mumbai fans and the team management will be hoping that he can go on and do so. They missed him in the previous contest, although they did scrape through with Mumbai Indians. But they want their captain to fire, and not just for Mumbai but for the Indian team as well, because heading into the World Cup there aren't many batsmen who were in form, although Shikhar came back in banging form last night. Dhoni's been good nick, and then Bhuvneshwar is a worry as a bowler because he's been expensive. Shami's found some good rhythm, and apart from that, Virat Kohli, he is getting runs, but his team just isn't giving him the reason to smile. So yes, bit of negativity there for Virat Kohli, but it'll be good that we as team Indian players go and get some runs and get some good practice under their belt. While Suryakumar Yadav is the 3rd number batsman for Mumbai Indians, and well, he's been a great servant, although he's scored 498 runs in T20 cricket this year, and that's the 3rd most by an Indian. Although he has at an average of 38.3 scored those runs in 16 innings, and he's got 3 half centuries during that time as Suryakumar Yadav. Although I don't think it has been a great season for Suryakumar Yadav, so it's time that he buckles up and delivers with the bat for the Mumbai Indians at the top of the order. So quick reminder that it was Mumbai Indians who's won the toss. In fact, it's Mumbai Indians playing host to Rajasthan Royals, and they have won the toss and opted to bowl first. Right then, the players are there in the middle, and Rahane leads the Rajasthan Royals huddle out. Well, they will gather in the middle, and they will try and get the team rallying, going on and getting an early breakthrough. So won the toss, did Ajinkya Rahane, who's opted to bowl first. Quinton de Kock and Rohit Sharma are the 2 openers out there for Mumbai Indians, and it will be Krishnappa Gautam who will open the attack for Rajasthan Royals. So a big game for both the sides. Mumbai in the top 4 would want to stay there, while Rajasthan Royals want to spark their season and try and get a few results under their belt before almost half the side leave for international camps before the World Cup. So it is de Kock and Rohit Sharma who are there to open, and it will be the spin of Krishnappa Gautam who will start proceedings. And Rohit Sharma back in the side and off the mark straight away with a single. He takes the score to 1. Krishnappa Gautam, born in Bangalore, bowls off break and has been fairly effective as far as his bowling in the IPL is concerned. 20 matches for him, and he's picked up 12 wickets and has got a decent economy of 7.98. Has Krishnappa Gautam. Is I won't say handy with the bat, but he can provide a few runs if needed at the bottom of the corner. So it's one delivery bowled and a single picked up there by Rohit Sharma to open the account. Now it's time for me to welcome the ever enthusiastic and always smiling Wali Siddiqui in the commentary box. Welcome, Wali, and those of you tuned in just now, I am Karthik Sinha, and welcome to Cricket Lounge.
Hi Karthikeya, I hope you're doing good. It's a really hot day, and I'm sure it's pretty hot in Mumbai as well. Talking about the Mumbai Indians lineup, I think it is going to be a big match. It's going to be a really good game of cricket because Rajasthan Royals are a team which have been struggling for quite a long. But in the last game against the Chennai Super Kings, we saw that they have it in them to challenge the best of teams. It was just that because of Dhoni's brilliance that they weren't able to do much But now we just hope for Rajasthan's sake that they might be up for a show. We are talking about the score. It's 4 for no loss in 0.4 overs. Rohit Sharma is on 3 while Quinton de Kock is on 1. Krishnappa Gautam has bowled 4 deliveries and has conceded 4 runs. It's a really big move for Mumbai Indians to have Rohit Sharma back in the hut, because we saw Karen Pollard making a few blunders while he was captaining the squad, but make no mistake, he was an absolute gem with the bat. So a good addition for Mumbai Indians yet again.
Absolutely, the skipper is back, Hitman, and he's moved up to 4 now with another single. 5 deliveries bowled in over number 5. It's 5 for no loss at the moment, Mumbai Indians. And if we look at the average first inning total at the Wankhede Stadium in the last 9 games, there have been 4 p.m. start. 178 is the average first innings total in the last 9 games with the afternoon start. 5 for no loss, a slip in position as it will be a dot ball there to end the over. So 1 over gone, 5 for no loss Mumbai Indians, 4 of the bat of Rohit Sharma, 1 for Quinton de Kock, and it has been I have to say, a slightly docile start by Mumbai, although you can't blame them. It's never easy when you start off playing your innings with the spinner. Krishnappa Gautam has been in decent nick. All of you tuned in to Sports Flashes Cricket Lounge, a very, very warm welcome on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and as well as our app is where you can tune in and listen to the coverage of this game. I'm Virendra Bahubali, tuned in to our match discussion on YouTube. A very, very good evening. You want a few sixes, although, well, there's been a little disappointment so far as the sixes are concerned in this match. 1 over gone, it's 5 for no loss at the moment, as Mumbai will be hoping to go on and get a few big runs early on, get a big partnership going, and then hopefully put on a big score on the board. Dhawal Kulkarni will start proceedings from the other end. 83 wickets in his 87 matches. 8.15 is the economy rate for Dhawal Kulkarni. Mohammad Moin Ansari, very, very warm welcome to Cricket Lounge. 5 for no loss after 1 over, and earlier on it will be hoping for Mumbai that they can get a decent start, and it's very important that Rohit Sharma also himself gets back in run scoring form. 3rd place Mumbai Indians up against 7th place Rajasthan Royals. Well, important match for both the sides.
It's a more important one for Rajasthan Royals, because if they lose this match, then probably they will be out of contention, though mathematically anything is still possible in the IPL. But it will be really important for Rajasthan Royals' confidence that they do make a marker on this day. But talking about the Mumbai, and there was a struggle over there between the 2 batsmen. Had it been a direct hit, then Rohit Sharma would have been in trouble. But as of now, the score moves on to 6, and yes, it is an extremely important game for Rajasthan. They just have 2 points on the board. They did beat an RCB side who seems to be struggling as well. They have no points on the board, so it's pretty important. If they beat Mumbai Indians, you never know, the momentum might be back on their side. And for now, it's 7 for no loss.
Well, I think the problem with RCB is even if they play alone, they'll still come out second best at the moment. But quick single there by Rohit, could have been a run-out chance, but in the end he survives with a dive, and the score moves up to 6 for no loss. And Gorak Kathiyat feels that Mumbai will cross 200. If that happens, that will be a big score for the home side. Amir Ansari Khan, welcome to Cricket Lounge. And I've got the news coming in that Rajasthan have won the toss. They've opted to bowl first, and in the second over, again the ball not very well coming onto the bat. Players trying to go through and play their shots, but in the end it isn't just coming on the bat, although maybe that it's a dry surface, and if the bowler can and is willing to turn his fingers around, bowl a few cutters, it could be difficult for the batsman to pick up and score freely. Arshad Jamal, welcome, and hi is what you say. So hello Arshad. 6 for no loss Mumbai Indians.
And it is the first game of the Wankhede Stadium at the evening start, because usually the games have been held late at night around 8 p.m. So it will be an interesting contest, and like you said, the wicket tends to show up a little bit of because it's much drier. I think the spinners might come underplay over here, but as of now the score moves on to 7, and
We were talking about Evan Lewis being there instead of Quinton de Kock, but I guess the team management and Rohit Sharma have a lot of faith on the South African international Quinton de Kock, and he has done a pretty good job in the IPL, but it's his inconsistency which has constantly made people ask the question of whether he should be in the team or not. But for now he is there. He's on 2 of 4 deliveries. Rohit Sharma is on 5 of 6. The score moves on to 7, and it is a jam-packed stadium, and the best thing is that there are a lot of students out there.
Absolutely, and there are a lot of Rajasthan Royal supporters as well, so it's not going to be only a sea of blue. Well, it will be, but there will be a few spatters of pink around as well. The Oreo biscuit jersey of Rajasthan Royals. Another single there for Rohit. He moves up to 6 now. Mumbai Indians 8 for no loss. And talking about Quinton de Kock, there have been so many times that Quinton has got starts. 4 times in this season he's been dismissed between 17 and 29, so that tells you that he's getting starts but he's not converting those starts into bigger scores that his side need. Jofra Archer, well, he's picked up 4 wickets so far in this IPL, best of 2 for 17 versus Chennai Super Kings, and of the 4 he's picked up 3 against Chennai Super Kings. Reena Kadam, Devendra Thakur along with Abhinandan Kumar Jaiswal, Sunil Rathore, Mohammad Moin Ansari, very warm welcome to Cricket Lounge. Score at the moment, 2 overs gone, it's 9 for no loss.
And talking about some stats over here, the Rajasthan Royals have won both their meetings against the Mumbai Indians in the previous edition. Rajasthan Royals chased down the target on both instances against MI. So this is something which Mumbai Indians would love to forget. And also talking about the playoffs, then it was the Rajasthan Royals who made it into the playoffs last season, and had Mumbai beaten Delhi Capitals in the last game, then they would have been the team to make the playoffs instead of Rajasthan, but that wasn't to be. But if we talk about today's scenario, then Mumbai Indians are comfortably sitting at the 3rd position, but it could change at any time. We do remember Sunrisers Hyderabad being at the top of the table not so long ago, but if you look at the table now, they're on 6th, just ahead of Rajasthan and RCB, so anything is still quite possible. It's a game of fine margins, like I've said earlier as well, and it will be an interesting contest. Dhawal Kulkarni bought a really good over, and Krishnappa Gautam is being persisted with, but he is welcomed in his second over with a big 6 by Quinton de Kock over long on.
Well shot that from de Kock, moves up to 9, and the first boundary for Mumbai Indians, and it's a 6 to start off the account with. 15 for no loss Mumbai Indians, and tournament 6 number 320, and just cleared the front leg, made room and clobbered it over long on, did Quinton de Kock. Fantastic start. Will bring some smile to the Mumbai Indian fans as de Kock works one away again towards the mid wicket. At least a couple of runs there for the Blues, and yes, they will come back for 2. So 8 runs of this over already, the first 2 deliveries, and 17 overs, 17 for no loss at the moment. After 2.2 overs are Mumbai Indians. So going along decently well. They've had 14 deliveries and they scored 17 runs, and with those 8, it's turned out to be a better start than it was looking at the end of over number 2. A slip still in position as de Kock dabs one away for another quick single. 18 now for no loss, and with Rohit now feeling his way back into the side after that injury, will be important for de Kock to get a start and convert that start into a good score.
Yes, because we have seen quite a bit of 30s and 40s from Quinton de Kock as well as Rohit Sharma. Still a 50 to come from his bat, so it is pretty important for the Mumbai Indians openers to click on this instance, because it has been the middle order which has been firing, be it Surya Kumar Yadav, someone else for that matter, such as Kairan Pollard, Hardik Pandya, Krunal Pandya. If their openers do start to fire, then it will be an entirely different entity. They have the capability to go well beyond the 200 in each and every game, but for now they have given a good start, and that's just a swept over square leg for another boundary, this time by the captain Rohit Sharma.
First boundary for Rohit Sharma, first 4 for Mumbai Indians. They've got a 6 already though, and a good sweep shot. Always in control there was Rohit, and sweeps it away towards the backward square leg for a boundary. Fine leg is in the 30-yard circle along with the square leg and a mid wicket, and intelligent stuff this by both the batsmen. They've got a boundary, and they're now working the ball around for another single. So this over we've had 14 runs given away by Krishnappa Gautam, a boundary, a 6, a double, and a couple of singles as well. 23 for no loss Mumbai, and after losing the toss and being put into bat first, They've gotten off to a decent start, one might say, close to 8 and over at the moment. The run rate 8.12 to be precise, as the final delivery is once again clobbered, this time down the ground by Quinton de Kock. One bounce into the fence for 4. 3 overs gone. It's 27 for no loss, and that means 9 runs and over. A good start now it's turned out to be.
18 runs coming from this over, and these are not good signs for Gautam, because he does remember an over against Sunil Narayan, which costed him 25 runs, and again struggling over here against the Mumbai Indians. 19 runs coming of this over. What a good over this was for the Mumbai Indians, and if they do post anything beyond 180, then it will be a difficult target to chase over here. And if you talk about Rohit Sharma, then he only averages 22.38 in the IPL against double R's. The MI skipper has scored only 403 runs in the 18 innings, along with 250, so he seems to struggle, and I'm sure he's pretty much adamant to change that record. Well, Ajinkya Rahane has a batting average of 40.53 on the contrary against Mumbai Indians. So these two captains do say some different stories, but it's Ajinkya Rahane who is struggling majorly in this tournament. Rohit Sharma has shown glimpses of what he can do, and he is doing it once again. Another beautiful shot, cover driven on Dhawal Kulkarni is over. The score moves on to 31, and Rohit Sharma moves on to 15 with that shot, and the Mumbai fans are quite happy.
Beautiful shot that from Rohit Sharma. That'll give him a lot of confidence as well, as he leans into a beautiful cover drive through the offside. It was a way swinger there, but he stood tall there, did Rohit, and drives it away for a boundary, and takes his tally to 2 boundaries so far in this innings. Total in 3, one of the bat of Quinton de Kock as well. And Rohit Sharma, one of his favourite shots is the cover drive along with the pole, as he drives again, but this time very well fielded by the man at extra cover. Dives towards his left as Stephen Smith, and prevents another boundary. 31 for no loss. Rohit and Quinton de Kock, the 2 openers, and that will be followed by Surya Kumar Yadav, who should be in at 3. And then they've got Ishan Kishan also in the ranks. Well, if Quinton de Kock continues to fail and not perform, you'll have, I wouldn't mind seeing Ishan Kishan open the innings, or maybe have an Evan Lewis coming back to open the innings. Pandya brothers, Karan Pollard as well in that team, as Rohit now guides one away towards third man. Should come back for the second, but nope. Excellent fielding there, and only a single there. So 5 of the over, 32 for no loss Mumbai Indians. Pollard, Berendorf, Rahul Chahar, Jasprit Bumrah, and Alzari Joseph. That's the 11 for Mumbai Indians.
That's a good unit, and that is a team which can win the title this season as well, because they have the perfect balance, the perfect Indian core to triumph in the tournament. But talking about Rohit Sharma's figures in the IPL, he has played 178 IPL games, batted in 173 innings, and has a healthy average of about 32, close to 32, and has struck 34 50s in that tenure, and along with 100 for Mumbai Indians. And also talking about Quinton de Kock on the other end, he's played 41 games, batted in all 41 of them, opening in most of them. He has scored 750s and has 100 under his belt with a strike rate of 130 with an average of 28.2. So he is a good batsman, and we have seen that for South Africa more often than not, though Hashim Amla might not be in the prime form, but it is Quinton de Kock who usually takes the reins and the responsibility of adding the runs for South Africa, and especially in the recent times. Score right now is 33 for no loss in 3.4 overs, and the run rate as of now is 9 runs per over.
I think it's important that the South African top order starts to click, because I don't believe there will be an AB de Villiers come the 2019 World Cup for the Proteas, so that will be a massive miss. As an arrow goes big inside out, one bounce into the fence for 4, makes room and clobbers one over mid-off, an extra cover to collect his second boundary of the over. 10 runs of this over, and Mumbai Indians, after cautious first 2 overs, have now started to open up. They've got 37 on the board for no loss, and if we look at what happened in the previous over, they got 18 runs, and now they're targeting another double. They have got to a double-figure over, but will they be targeting another boundary or not? 10 of this over from Dhawal Kulkarni. He's gone for 14 in the 1.5 overs that he has bowled third man, backward point, cover, extra cover, mid-off, all in the 30-yard circle, and Rohit still manages to pierce the boundary. You've got 5 men in the ring on the offside, and Rohit Sharma shows pure class, cuts one away through towards the cover fence for another 4.
41 for no loss in 4 overs, and this is what Rohit Sharma can do. The day he's confident, you can see that he's able to manipulate the fielders, he's able to find the gaps, and that is what he's exactly doing. And I think he might be up for a really big score today, because he's looking quite confident against Rajasthan Royals. And as the score moves on to 41 for no loss, Quinton de Kock is also providing adequate support from the other end. He's on 17 of 10 deliveries, 1 boundary, 1 6. Rohit Sharma's on 24 14, 4 boundaries, no 6 as of now. And there are quite a few predictions on the YouTube comment section. Mohammad Moin Ansari thinks that 176 would be the target that would be set by Mumbai Indians. Loving Garden is back with us. Raju Sarkar is saying hello, and there are quite a few as well who are saying. Sunil Rathod also says hello. So talking about Mumbai Indians, 41 for no loss, and it should be Jofra Archer and Shreyas Gopal who again have to take the responsibility of taking the wickets for Rajasthan, I suppose.
Well, absolutely, because the start from Krishnappa Gautam and Dhaval Kulkarni hasn't been great. Dhaval Kulkarni going at 9 over, while Krishnappa Gautam has given away 11.5 runs per over in the 2 that he's bowled. 41 for no loss, and it is Jofra Archer who comes in, gets the edge, but through the vacant slip region. That will be a boundary. Mightily unlucky for Jofra Archer. Got the batsman squared up. It was Quinton de Kock on strike, got the outside edge, but unfortunately for him there was no one in the slip cordon, and the Rajasthan Royal fans are going ballistic. They wanted a wicket, and they, excellent seam of delivery, opened him up, got the leading edge, but no one in the slip cordon, Wali. And that's what we've seen in T20 cricket. We don't have a lot of slips.
Yes, and I think he needed to be a little attacking over there, Ajinkya Rahane, but as you can see, since the runs are leaking, the wise thing for a captain to do is remove the slip and add an extra fielder, Diagra. But this ball has been skied. Will it be a catch? In fact, there is no fielder. In fact, even if there was a fielder, that ball would have crossed the boundary line, because it's a big 6 by Quinton de Kock. The score moves on to 51 for no loss. Pulled it in his traditional manner, and Quinton de Kock now breathing fire with the bat. He's on 27 with that shot of 12 deliveries, while Rohit Sharma is on 24. And another figure for Rohit Sharma is that if he crosses 63 more runs, then he will score 8,000 runs in T20 cricket, which will make him the 8th player and the 3rd Indian to do so. So that'll be another milestone for Rohit Sharma.
Well, he's been great with the bat, hasn't he? Well, now Quinton de Kock is starting to spark and blossom, and he's getting those big ones as well. What a mighty heave that was. And after the delivery, Archer's turned around, and his facial expression just read that, my word, how is that possible? 51 for no loss, and Hariom Shukla says in the first 6 overs power play the score will be 58 for no loss. All of you tuned in, if you have your prediction that what will be the score in the power play, do write in the comment section or the live chat. As another shot pulled away by Quinton de Kock, but this time better fielding, as he had the chance, because otherwise the ball's been sailing over the ropes.
Right.
For maximum only 2 runs there for de Kock, and the score moves up to 53 for no loss.
And 12 runs already coming off this over. Jofra Archer's first over. 2 more deliveries remaining, so it is already an expensive over, but it can go for more. And Rajasthan need a wicket over here. Jaydev Unadkat might be that bowler to do so. Some say he might not be able to do it, but it's 53 for no loss, and it's a dot ball. 4.5 overs have been bowled. Quinton de Kock is on 29, and Rohit Sharma is on 24. And talking about Jofra Archer, he might be making way in the England cricket team quite soon enough, because the World Cup squad is about to be announced as well. And talking about the Indian team announcement, that is also pretty close too. So do you see any surprise changes in the Indian team, Karthikeyan?
Well, I'm not very sure, but I think the core will be the same. I'm just not very sure about Ambati Raidu. The rest I'm pretty okay with. You've already got your 11-12 sorted. Full toss to end the over. De Kock is looking at the third umpire in fact the leg umpire for a no ball. But in the end, it's been given as a legitimate delivery. So 5 overs gone, 53 for no loss, and looks like a babyface assassin does Quinton de Kock, and he's just shaking his head, talking to the wicketkeeper that, my word, how was that not given as a no ball?
Well, I'm not even surprised anymore. In fact, I'm not even amused, because it's the 3rd time in 3 days that people have been questioning whether it was a no ball or not against CSK and Rajasthan Royals. We already know what the case was. yesterday when Andre Russell was bowling, I guess it was Chris Morris who bowled a full toss, which was clearly a no ball, and you could see that Andre Russell was pleading for it from the leg umpire, but the leg umpire was not ruffled with it. And then again today, Quinton de Kock, that was a no ball too, I guess, but the umpire not giving it, and that is one of the most easiest decisions to make, but I guess that is not.
And well, the day before yesterday, there was a no ball given and then taken away when Chennai were batting, and it was a full toss to the final over from Ben Stokes, and Mitchell Santner was looking to flick one on the onside. And in the end, what happened was Mahendra Singh Dhoni stormed out in the middle of the ground and had a word with the umpire, though it was still not given as a no ball, but in the end, Chennai did end up winning that match with the last ball 6.
Jayadev Unadkar is now back to bowl his first over. He did impress in the previous match, getting the big wicket of Faf du Plessis, and he was bowling in the quick 135s. Let's see what he'll be able to do today, because his role is quite important. The first 5 overs have been quite abysmal for Rajasthan, because they've got smashed for 44 runs in the previous 4 overs and just 8 runs coming up the first over. 53 for no loss in 5.1 overs. Rohit Sharma is on 24-15. Quinton de Kock is on 29 of 16, and he guides the ball this time to third man and takes an easy single. Rohit Sharma. Quinton de Kock will be back on strike. And talking about Jayadev Unadkar as well, let's take a look at his IPL figures too, because he's one player who has been under the radar for the wrong reasons. Most of it due to his price tag not being able to justify it enough. He was a crucial member of the Pune Warriors as well. He wasn't able to do much over there, but we will get into that.
But somehow he attracts so much money, does Jayadev Unadkar. It's unbelievable. And you've got players like Dale Steyn not being included in the auction. But now he's joined up with the Royal Challengers Bangalore as Dale Steyn as a replacement for the injured Nathan Coulter. So finally, something for RCB to show as far as their bowling is concerned. Poor Yuzvendra Chahal was under so much pressure that he stopped going in length. 54 for no loss, Mumbai Indians, as Jayadev Unadkar will bowl to Quinton de Kock. De Kock backs away, but still a single nonetheless. That's the good part about Mumbai Indians. If it's a poor delivery, they do put it away. Otherwise, or a good delivery as well, they're working it around, maintaining that that the fact that the scoreboard keeps on ticking, and they continue to get a few runs as well.
And there are quite a few tweets over here. Sandeep over here thinks that Rajasthan Royals have failed to utilize Butler's finishing abilities by playing him as an opener. I know he was fantastic for them the last season, but Rajasthan Royals have generally struggled to finish well with the bat. They have Manan Vora, who is as good as an option. Exactly, I also share the sentiments, because I remember Manan Vora being an absolute phenomenon for the Kings 11 Punjab. When he used to open the innings, he quite often scored 50s and even scored a bristling 90 odd runs against Sunrisers Hyderabad. So why not use him in the opening order and use Josh Butler instead of Ben Stokes as the finisher?
Absolutely, and that will give some strength and depth to the middle order batting for Rajasthan Royals. And I'm just seeing in the dugout, Ben Stokes talking to someone saying it will be a top edge, it will be in the air and taken, don't worry, that's how it's going to dismiss. Well, I'm just interested now to see if that actually does happen, because you look very confident talking to the man next to him, like, it'll be an edge, it'll go in the air and it will be gone. Well, it's a Yorker though, but dug out by Quinton de Kock. No problem there. 56 for no loss.
I think with the kind of form he is in, he might be talking about himself, but it's 56 for no loss in the 5.5 overs, and yes, it has been a good over by Jayadev Unadkar, a rare one, 3 runs coming off of it, and it's pretty odd over there. If you talk about the temperature in Mumbai, we'll just take a look at it, but it's 56 for no loss. Rohit Sharma is on 26, while Quinton de Kock is also providing adequate support to his skipper. He's on 30 of 18 deliveries, and as you can see, Steven Smith giving insights, and it's almost 35 degrees over there, so you can see it must be pretty hard for the players.
Absolutely, and with humidities of 48%, I think the team that will be fielding second will be happy, because it will become a little cooler, although the only respite is that winds more than close to 20 kilometers an hour are blowing across Mumbai city, so that is the only thing that can keep the fielding side cool. A single there, and it's 6 overs that's come to an end. 57 for no loss, Mumbai Indians, and with that, Rajasthan Royals have straight away taken a strategic timeout. So 6 overs gone, it's 57 for no loss Mumbai Indians. Rohit is on 26. De Kock is on 31. It's time for us to take a quick break as well. We'll be back as soon as action resumes at the Wankhede Stadium. You stay tuned to Cricket Lounge on Sports Flashes.
You are listening to Sports Flashes live. Download Sports Flashes app or visit www.sportsflashes.com. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. This is Sports Flashes live. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. Sports Flashes, everything about sports. You are tuned into Sports Flashes Radio, world's biggest sports radio channel. Sports Flashes, the official broadcast partner of BCCI. Sports Flashes, everything about sports. Catch all the cricketing action and complete drama at one click of your phone.
He does that. Smack again onside, being peppered. Consecutive boundaries.
Don't miss. Download the app now. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. One station filled with full football fever.
Thinks about the shot. Will go for it and will plant an absolute cracker into the corner to put the icing on what is a very sweet-tasting cake for Manchester City.
And you are just one click away.
Sergio Aguero. Oh, that's vicious! Unstoppable!
Download Sports Flashes app or visit www.sportsflashes.com. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. You are listening to Sports Flashes live.
Cody finishes off in style. A magnificent strike into the crowd. India lift the World Cup. Pulls it back. Here's Ronaldo for the hat-trick. And Cristiano Ronaldo does it again.
Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Welcome back to Cricket Lounge. 6 overs gone, 57 for no loss. And after a decent start in the first couple of overs by Rajasthan Royals, Mumbai Indians have taken the bowlers apart and they've reached 57 for no loss. And it is Shreyas Gopal who's now been introduced into the attack straight away after the power play's end. And he comes out and beats Quinton de Kock. All ends up. Wonderful googly there, and de Kock had absolutely no idea where that one was going to turn. The leg spinner is impressed a lot throughout the season as Shreyas Gopal, but he does need a bit more support from his other bowlers as de Kock sweeps one, and there will be just a single towards the long leg boundary. 58 for no loss. I'm Karthik Sinha. With me is Wali Siddiqui, and all of you, welcome to Cricket Lounge.
58 for no loss, 6.2 overs have been bowled, and one of Rajasthan's trump card bowlers, Shreyas Gopal, is in the attack, and he has impressed us all in this season's IPL, including the last one as well. And I think he's top in my list of the uncapped players who deserves a call up in the national squad because he has bowled phenomenally well. And he is just conceded one run in the 3 balls. Rohit Sharma is on 26 of 18 deliveries. Another googly bowler to Rohit Sharma. He did manage to pick that up, defended it on the very last moment. De Kock is on 32 of 21. Now that both batsmen have got the perfect start, it's important for them to convert it into a big score for Mumbai.
Absolutely, the start should be converted now. A chance over and out here, puts in a dive, and the bails have been whipped off by Sanju Samson, although the umpire hasn't even referred it to the third umpire. And a single there will be picked up. 59 for no loss, and that delivery from Shreyas Gopal that Rohit Sharma defended in the previous one, well, had that been a direct hit, well, that would have been trouble for de Kock. But after Rohit played that defensive shot, nodded in appreciation and acknowledged the fact that it was a great delivery by the youngster.
And even if it had been a good throw under the on the wicket-keeper's gloves, that would have been really good, because Josh Butler had to reverse cup that, and then from his head height he had to get back down to the stump, so that was a difficult task for him. And it was a risky double, it was a risky single taken away, but as you can see, there is some excitement by Sanju Samson. Quinton de Kock tried reverse sweeping that. There were a few juggles behind the stumps, and clearly there was no glove by Quinton de Kock. There was just some excitement over here, but he was really happy with the way that he collected the ball.
Well, I think just in the end that he gathered it and caught it. I think that's the only reason why he went for that half-hearted appeal. Excellent delivery, another one. Beats Quinton de Kock again, all ends up. What an over by Shreyas Gopal. Just a couple of runs off it, and the score has now moved up to 59 for no loss after 7 overs. And I have to say, he's impressed as one of the talking about the uncapped players. Well, we had Navdeep Saini impressing a lot. We got Prasidh Krishna impressing a lot as well. But we have this phenomenal talent in Shreyas Gopal, the leg spinner, and he's doing a terrific job too. And I wouldn't be surprised if he does end up in the Indian team in a very short time. Obviously, probably after the World Cup, but still, he does have that potential to be in the Indian setup.
And yes, we are talking about that. Jaydev Unadkar is one of those players who did get a call up for Team India quite soon after he took 5 wickets for the Pune Warriors India in one of the IPL seasons in which they reached the final. So you never know, he might, Shreyas Gopal might be there soon as well. And talking about Krishnappa Gautam also, he also looked to be quite impressive with his spin in the previous edition, but this season he has proved out to be an expressive bowler, because if we talk about Krishnappa Gautam, he conceded runs at a rate of 7.2 in the previous edition, while picking up 8 wickets at a strike rate of 18.7 in the power play in the IPL 2018. But this year he's gone above the run rate of 10.12 in his over and is yet to pick up a wicket in the power play. So Shreyas Gopal, though he might be bowling really well, but I think he is missing his partner from the other end.
Absolutely. We got now Liam Livingston bowling for Rajasthan Royals. Another change there as he bowls a short delivery, pulled away but single through towards deep mid wicket. It is Krishnappa Gautam there doing the clean-up job. So 60 on the board for Mumbai after 7.3 overs. I'm talking about Livingston. He's playing his first IPL match, and apart from that, he's played a couple of T20s, but he's yet to pick up a wicket, although he's done decently well in the English domestic circuit as Liam Livingstone, and we'll have to wait and see if he can go on and have an impact in this contest. 8 is the current run rate, and that's a maximum. Seems like, yes, it should be. There's a full toss from Livingston, and de Kock says thank you very much.
Though he didn't get a hold of that, but there was just enough power generated with his forearms to guide that for a big 6 over mid wicket, and Quinton de Kock now moves on to 38 of 24 deliveries, and the crowd are loving it. The Wankhede people are loving it because they saw an amazing game against the Kings 11 Punjab, which went right down the wire, and now I'm pretty sure they want to see a one-sided game with the Indian batsmen Rohit Sharma and South Africa's Quinton de Kock dominating right from the front, because it's a middle order which has fired. The likes of Karen Pollard, Hardik Pandya, Kunal Pandya have took on the responsibility, but now I guess it's time for the openers to also show what they made of.
Absolutely. I think Mumbai will do well with the good start that they've got. They've got 66 on the board, their highest opening stand this season, would you believe it? And oh, what a shot that from de Kock. He's got stuck into that. Another slog sweep, this time over deep mid-wicket for another maximum. Second 6 of the over. Liam Livingstone has been clobbered dead here by Quinton de Kock. What an over, 13 runs off it.
And the thing that I like about Quinton de Kock's batting is his follow-through. Whenever he goes for a big shot down mid-wicket or square leg, you just look at his follow-through with the bat, and it's just amazing. It's 72 for no loss in 8 overs, with Quinton de Kock moving to 44 after that 6 on 26 deliveries. He's struck 2 boundaries but has 4 sixes under his belt. It seems like Chris Gayle, he's hanging out with Chris Gayle too often nowadays, and Rohit Sharma on the other end is on 28 of 22 deliveries, 4 boundaries, and he hasn't clobbered a 6 till now, but he's proving to be quite effective as well. And Rajasthan Royals seem to be quite out of place, except for this man Shreyas Gopal, who did bowl a really good over in the previous over of his 2 runs coming out of it, but over here Rohit Sharma does a sensible thing by giving the in-form Quinton de Kock the strike, who is breathing fire with the bat as of now. So just the single on the very first ball taken away.
Well, sometimes bowls leg spin, sometimes bowls off spin does Liam Livingstone, and well, it doesn't matter. Both of them have ended in the crowd. 80-meter long six, the last one. That's log hit from Quinton de Kock. 4 sixes and 6 fours at the moment for Mumbai Indians. 73 for no loss as de Kock now goes for the sweep. A painful leg before, but obviously clearly pitching outside the line of leg stump, so that's not going to be a problem. They still have both the sides a review left, and now with 73 on the board. After this, they got another 11 run overs remaining. I won't be surprised if Mumbai now will be seriously thinking and targeting something close to 200, unless this man has something to say about it. Shreyas Gopal, and once again, very, very good tight bowling. Just another single.
74 for no loss. Now the score is for the Mumbai Indians. Quinton de Kock just 5 runs away from his 8th IPL 50. 45 of 28 deliveries. Rohit Sharma is on 29 of 23. The run rate is above 8.5 per over, and you can see it's a pretty hot and humid day at Mumbai, but these two batsmen are certainly turning on the heat for the Rajasthan Royals fielder. Ajinkya Rahane might be under a lot of pressure over here, and he needs to take a wicket or two quite soon, because do they continue to wreak havoc in the middle, then it will be a story to be forgotten about it today for Ajinkya Rahane and the Rajasthan Royals.
Absolutely. Ashur giving away 12 runs in his 1 over, 18 for none in 2 for Kulkarni, 23 for none in 3 in 2 for Krishnappa Gautam, and that bowled a rare good over, 1 over and only 4 is what he gave away. Shreyas Gopal has been good throughout the tournament, and today as well. He's bowled 5 deliveries in this over and just conceded 3 runs. So 1.5 overs is what he's bowled, and he's given away just 5 runs, but he's yet to pick up a wicket like any of the Rajasthan Royals bowlers, and be a bit worried will be Ajinkya Rahane, and if Josh Butler does come out to open, he would want a good opening stand at the middle. As de Kock cuts one away, that's going away through towards super cover, but there is a fielder there. Only a single to end the over. 9 overs gone. 76 for no loss, Mumbai Indians.
And 76 for no loss with that single taken. Quinton de Kock is on 45 of 29 deliveries, while Rohit Sharma is on 30 of 24. Just 5 more runs needed for another 50 for de Kock. And yes, what an ideal start by the Mumbai Indians. And the batsmen to come are Surya Kumar Yadav, Kieron Pollard, Hardik Pandya, Krunal Pandya. A lot of batting remaining, and these are worrying signs for Rajasthan, and I think this fixture couldn't have come at a much better time for the Mumbai Indians, because they are on a winning run. 3 wins against the Chennai Super Kings, the Mumbai Indians, not against themselves, the Chennai Super Kings, the Sunrisers Hyderabad, and the Kings 11 Punjab, and this might turn out to be the 4th, because the Rajasthan Royals seem to be struggling, and if they do manage to win this game, they'll move on to 10 points and quite possibly might be on 2nd position instead of Kolkata Knight Riders.
They may just be there, but if a wicket were to fall down while with 11 overs remaining, would you send Surya Kumar Yadav, Ishan Kishan, Kieron Pollard, Hardik Pandya, or Krunal Pandya?
11 overs to go. I guess I'll still send Surya Kumar Yadav. Had it been under 7, I guess it would have been either Hardik or Kieron Pollard. But since 11
overs, you got both of them in your ranks, and both of them do strike the ball very, very neatly. Just be a good try. Probably just try and promote Pandya up the order, get him to get his eye in an over or so, and then go for the all-out attack. And maybe even Pollard can do that, because we saw in the previous game it took his time to get going, Pollard, but then he unleashed the beast in him and he got all those runs. 76 for no loss, as well, in fact it will be 77 now. Single of the first delivery of Krishnappa Gautam's over. The current run rate is 8.40, and that remains the same by the end of over number 10, over number 12, when Mumbai will certainly be targeting a good healthy score close to 200.
And anything above 200 of this wicket will be a difficult one to chase, especially with Rajasthan Royals having all sorts of problem in their batting lineup. Scores on 77 for no loss. The captain Rohit Sharma is the man on strike, and he does business as usual. Goes for the big 6 over long on, successfully connects, and what a shot that was. Krishnappa Gautam's struggle continues with the white ball, and the score moves on to 83. What a clean hit that was by the hitman Rohit Sharma.
Well, Ajinkya Rahane just went up to the bowler and said, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "What can I do?" It was a decent delivery, length delivery, but Rohit just clears the front leg, makes room and clobbers one. over deep mid-wicket and long on. The bowler, as optimistic as ever, says catch it. Well, there was only one or few people who were involved in catching that, and that was the people sitting in the crowd. Hitman says the giant screen at the Wankhede Stadium. Certainly Hitman has struck 36 of 25 deliveries, 5 sixes already for Mumbai Indians in this innings. Third man and final leg in the 30th circle, along with backward point and extra cover. And now Rohit goes over the bowler's head. One bounce and into the side screen for 4. Well, a 6 followed by a boundary, and it seems that Rohit Sharma now clearly is in the mood.
Well, this is a really good track to be batting on, and these two are certainly on song today. And there was a time when we were talking about the openers not giving a possible good start for Mumbai Indians, but that is well past it now. Because of that boundary, the score moves on to 91, and just 9 more runs needed for the first ever 100-run partnership. 87 is the score, so 13 more runs needed for a 100-run stand for the opening wicket. 9.3 overs have been bowled, and Krishnappa Gautam has already been clobbered for 11 runs in his first 3 deliveries. 3 more deliveries remain, and with the way Rohit Sharma is batting, I think there might be no way of stopping him, but he just cuts it away and takes a single. Or is it a 4?
It's a 4. It's a boundary. Yes, and he's just cut that away behind backward point, and wonderful whip from the wrist to generate the pace of the bat from Rohit Sharma. He's moved up to 44 now of just 27 deliveries, 91 for no loss. Mumbai Indians are once again a lot of weight on offer. There was a flatter and a quicker one, and Rohit latches onto that, slashes it through backward point and collects a boundary. No chance for the super cover fielder to cut that one off, and another boundary in this over. So that means 15 in this over of the first 4 deliveries. A very happy looking Mumbai Indian dugout. That was clever, very clever, but in the end, fancy footwork from Rohit Sharma.
Wow, I've never seen that happen, but well done, and I'm sure he could see the funny part of it. Well done, Rohit Sharma. That just shows how clever you are. Krishnappa Gautam quite cleverly bowled a wide delivery to stump Rohit Sharma out, and Rohit Sharma quite cunningly stuck his left foot out over there so that he couldn't have got stumped, and then you can see just him having a laugh. So what a game of cricket this is turning out to be. 92 for no loss, takes a single on the final delivery, and it might be Rohit Sharma to reach his 50 before Quinton de Kock. And let me remind you, Rohit Sharma was on 30 while Quinton de Kock was on 46 during the start of this over, and now it's 45 Rohit Sharma and 46 Quinton de Kock. So that's how he can punish you.
Absolutely, that's how quickly he can shift gears. Can Rohit Sharma 16 runs of that Krishnappa Gautam over his bowled 3 overs, given away 39 without any success. 10 overs gone, 92 for no loss. The highest opening partnership for Mumbai Indians this season by far is this one between Sharma and de Kock. 45 for the skipper Rohit Sharma, 47 for Quinton de Kock, and my word, some excellent presence of mind there from Rohit Sharma. A premeditated step down the track, and Gautam saw him fire one down the leg side for a stumping option, but Rohit stuck his left leg down the leg side, literally kicking the ball away and settling for a dot delivery, but not being stumped. Now it's Jofra Archer who's been introduced into the attack again, and he'll give away a single at the first delivery. So 92 for no loss.
And let me tell you about the Mumbai Indians opening partnership in the first games, because it was 33, then 54, followed by a 51, and then it was 8, 21, 28, and now finally reaching up to 93. So this was coming, and we had seen glimpses of them firing, but now they are working in tandem, both Rohit Sharma and Quinton de Kock. And let me remind you, Quinton de Kock was a part of the Royal Challengers Bangalore camp not so long ago, and Mumbai Indians made an auction of him to have him in the squad because he can turn out to be a genuine match winner. But over here, Quinton de Kock just lofts the ball. Will it be a boundary? No, just a single taken. 94, the score moves on to Rohit Sharma on 46, Quinton de Kock moves on to 48, and Jofra Archer has conceded 14 runs in 1.2 overs.
Now it was excellent fielding there by Liam Littleton at long on, but now as you can see, Karan Pollard is already padded up with that gold watch. I wonder why you want to wear a gold watch out to bat, but in the end that is how he is. And a few moments ago Hardik Pandya was relaxing. I think he got the orders as well to get up and pad up, so it could be that Mumbai do not want to take their step off the gas and continue to score quick runs, although everyone's padded up. Surya Kumar Yadav, Ishan Kishan, Karan Pollard, and they've said Hardik Pandya to pad up as well of Mumbai Indians. 95 for no loss. It's turning out to be a much better over for Jofra Archer compared to the previous one. 3 deliveries and 3 singles only so far, but previous over he gave away 12 as the run rate is now in excess of 9.05 at the moment, the current run rate for Mumbai Indians, as another single has been stroked down through towards long on, and it's De Kock who moves up to 49.
And I guess Krunal Pandey should also do the right thing and wear the pads because he might be feeling left out at the moment, not wearing those pads the entire...
You don't be surprised, Robin Singh goes up in pads up along with Paras Mambre and all these, they've got a playing 11 of the coaches of Mumbai Indians.
Jaunty, you could talk about Shane Bond and everyone else, but over here there's a miscue shot and there might be a wicket, and yes, Rohit Sharma falls again for a score of 47, couldn't manage to score of 50, and that's a big wicket for the Rajasthan Royals. It was a lengthy delivery, but he couldn't get stuck on it. He couldn't possibly connect it with the middle of his bat, and an important wicket for the Rajasthan Royals just when the partnership was looking deadly. The first wicket falls for the Mumbai Indians at the score of 96, and yes, you can see poor connection of the bat, and you could see it from the face that he was disappointed, and an easy catch by Josh Butler, the England international. 96 for 1.
Length delivery, wanted to go and power it over the bowler's head, and he was mightily disappointed. Was Rohit Sharma just hammering his bat on the ground, absolutely disgusted with himself after having a good start. 47 of 32 deliveries, and he was looking good, was Rohit Sharma, before he was caught out in the deep at long on. So Jofra Archer picks up the wicket, and it's the first wicket down for Mumbai Indians. And the good partnership though now has been broken. Worth 96, and now we're talking about the race to 50. Well, it seems that Rohit Sharma has just gone out of the race. He's gone for 47, and now Quinton de Kock will be the man they'll be looking up to. And I would love to see a Karan Pollard or a Hardik Pandya out there now, but I'm pretty sure it's Surya Kumar Yadav who will stride out. We don't see Mumbai fiddling and changing a lot, so won't be surprised if it actually is Surya Kumar Yadav who comes out to join Quinton de Kock. And the way Mumbai has scored in the last 5 overs, they've scored 40, and the last 3 overs they've scored 30 runs. So picking up their tempo, picking up the rate, and we'll certainly targeting 200 from here on.
Absolutely, and what a start the two openers have given them. Rohit Sharma on 47, and Quinton de Kock also just a couple of runs away from his 50. And does Quinton de Kock manage to score a 50? This will be his 8th IPL number 50 versus Rajasthan. It will be his first, and on this ground as well, it will be his first, so it has been a long time coming for him. And Rohit Sharma could have secured his 35th 50. It would have been his 3rd versus Rajasthan and his 13th on this ground, but it wasn't to be for the hitman. And yes, it's Surya Kumar Yadav, another handy bloke with the bat, comes up to the crease and takes a single on the very first ball. The score moves on to 97 of 11 overs, and he will retain the strike because that was the final ball of the delivery. And the Rajasthan Royals will want to take as many wickets as possible in tandem, because the new batsman has come in and there might be a possibility of the run rate going down. So this is the best possible chance of striking wickets.
Absolutely, they've got 1 wicket, and now they will need a couple more to try and claw back their way into this contest with Rajasthan Royals. But Rohit was absolutely furious with himself, knowing that he's thrown his wicket away on a belter off a track here, and 11 overs have now been bowled. It's 97 for the loss of 1 wicket. Surya Kumar Yadav was the new man, and he straight away opened his account with a single of the first delivery, and Quinton de Kock may just have to wait for a little while for his half a century. Can you imagine what a relief it will be for Quinton de Kock getting his first half century at home? And there's been a lot of talk about being dropped and replaced by Evan Lewis at the top of the order. In fact, even Ishan Kishan to be tried at the top of the order, but it's all good for Quinton de Kock now. He's got those runs today under his belt. Unadkat been brought back into the attack. 1 over, none for 4. His figures, possibly the most economical bowler for Rajasthan Royals today, which is a very, very rare thing to say. And I never thought I'm going to live to see that day that Unadkat will be the most economical bowler for Rajasthan Royals. But probably that's because he just bowled 1 over, and now with 9 overs left, we'll have to wait and see. Now, Zari Joseph signaling something. Is he saying, does he want water, or is he saying, I am going to wrap tonight?
I guess he's talking about having a lot of fluids over here because it's too hot, and you never know, he might be a really good rapper as well. but the score is 98 for no loss. You were the one to say that, but it's 97 for 1 in 11 overs. And let's talk about the comment section over here. Hulash Golcha is over here joined up with us, and Pawan Kumar has a positive thing to say, which I really like over here, and he says that both Indian openers have come back in form before the World Cup. And yes, Shikhar Dhawan scored a 97, unbeaten 97 today, and Rohit Sharma on the other end scored a really quick fire 47. Khurram Shahzad is here with us. Najar is asking us what the score is. 99 for 1 in 11.1 overs. The last wicket to fall was Rohit Sharma, so it's 99 for 1 in 11 overs, and it's a good start. Hulash Kolsha, Manu Saini thinks that Rajasthan Royals will win this game, and there are quite a few others who think that RR will win. So a good support over here.
Absolutely good mix of support for both the clubs, and even at the Wankhede Stadium you can see some Rajasthan Royal supporters there as well. Obviously there will be bulk of Mumbai supporters, and as you said, there are a lot of kids at the Wankhede Stadium as well. Jaydev Unadkat taking his sweet time to go up till the bowling mark. Remember, Ajinkya Rahane has already been fined once for a slow over rate. Might want to pick up the pace here. 100 on the board for Mumbai Indians with the single of the second delivery of the over from Unadkat, and it's 100 for the loss of 1 wicket. Quinton de Kock on strike, 1 away from what will be his 8th 50 in the Indian Premier League. His first at home and first versus Rajasthan Royals. Will he get there? Yes, he will. Clobbers 1 away towards deep mid wicket to complete his half century.
Just a 1 run taken over there. Ajinkya Rahane was there standing on the deep, but an important 50 for Quinton de Kock and Mumbai Indians in particular, because there were talks of him being dropped, like he said early in the innings, when Lewis would have made the way, but they kept on persisting with him, and we do know how dangerous he can turn out to be, and he has done exactly that. He's on 50 of 34 deliveries, and Surya Kumar Yadav is on the other end. I'm sure even he would like to play a really good knock over here. Not so long ago he scored a really crucial 50 against the Chennai Super Kings, along with and had a really decent partnership with Krunal Pandya of 70 odd runs. Let's see what he'll be able to do today. And Unadkat bowls delivery on the pads, and he just takes a single over here. Surya Kumar, 102 for 1 is the score in 11.4 overs, and Unadkat seems to have struck a chord over here, because he hasn't been conceded for a boundary yet. Just 6 runs coming off of it so far.
Well, maybe his lucky day so far, but he's been generally very, very expensive, Jaydev Unadkat, and just perplexing that how he can fetch so much money and still continue to be expensive than Jaydev Unadkat. Today is a bit different though for the left-arm seamer. He's so far given away 5 runs in the over. He's given away only 9 in the 1.4 overs that he has bowled. Third man, fine leg, and a man at deepish gully at the 30-yard circle, along with wideish extra cover, and now back of the hand release, slow delivery, cut away, wanted a second, but in the end 1 is all that they will get. Excellent fielding there by the super cover fielder, running about 20 yards to his right. Good clean pickup and a quick release from the boundary rope. Talking about de Kock, got a 60 against Punjab, and then 51 today, his second 50 this season. Otherwise he's got 27, 23, 4, 19 and 24. So he has been getting starts, but apart from that he's not converting those starts, which has been a problem for him and Mumbai, the top of the order. But today seems that he has rectified it at least to a large extent.
Yes, he has, but if we talk about the Rajasthan Royals, then they have struggled bowling to the opening partnership in this IPL, because they have conceded over 350 runs in 7 innings with an average of 58.3, which is also the highest among all the other teams in the IPL 2019. So 350 runs in the 7 innings, you could just see.
I think bulk of them also came in that game when David Warner and Johnny Bairstow went berserk for Sunrisers Hyderabad, and they've got, in fact it's not just this team, they've got 300 partnerships already, Warner and Bairstow, and have conceded 90 odd runs today as well, have Rajasthan Royals for the opening partnership. 12 overs gone, it's 104 for the loss of 1 wicket, with Surya Kumar Yadav on 6, 51 for Quinton de Kock, and now it is Unadkat who's completed another good tight over. He's just given away 7 runs in that. He's bowled 2 overs, 11 is what he's conceded without picking up any wickets.
And if we talk about the YouTube comment section, there are quite a few MI fans now joined with us. Anand Chauhan is supporting Mumbai Indians. Vikas Karuja also supporting the Mumbai Indians. Prakash Megwal thinks that it's going to be Rajasthan Royals who's going to win the game. Khalid Memon has a completely different opinion over here. States that I'm a big fan of Chennai and they have a highly balanced team. Love You Zindagi is thanking us for the coverage. So this is our job, Love You Zindagi. Thank you for joining in with us. And Khalid Memon also thinks that Stokes is a much better alternative than Livingstone, and if you look at his over, then he was quite expensive, Livingstone, so you never know, Stokes might have been a really good bowler over here on this deck. And Hulsha Gulcha, Badrilal Gurjar, all are with us. Monu Saini supporting Rajasthan Royals. 105 for the loss of 1 wicket in 12.1 overs, the Mumbai Indians are. And talking about Rahul Chahar, he has also impressed quite a few of us. We were talking about Shreyas Gopal not so long ago, but I think Rahul Chahar is also not far behind being that candidate to actually do wonders for the nation one day, because he seemed to have bowled well against the likes of Jordy Best or David Warner and against the Kings 11 Punjab batsmen as well. The score moves on to 107 for 1 with that double taken away. Swept Gopal Quinton de Kock over here, and he moves to 53. The current run rate is above 8.5 and over.
Well, we got Bola Khan saying that Mumbai Indians will win. TK Bharat Kumar, welcome back, brother. How are you? How are things going? And Karthik is also supporting Mumbai Indians today in this contest. 107 for the loss of 1 wicket at the moment. The score. Prakash Megwal, he is from Rajasthan and he's obviously supporting the Royals today. What a knock from Quinton de Kock. What an opening partnership that between Rohit Sharma and Quinton de Kock. They got almost to 100 mark before. It was Rohit Sharma was dismissed. 96 was the opening partnership. Now it's 107. In fact, with another single, make it 108 for Mumbai Indians. For the loss of 1 wicket. Last 21 deliveries, 32 runs have been scored, and the bulk of that were when Rohit was batting. And now Surya Kumar tries to go big and clears the fence into the side screen for a 6.
What a big 6 that was, and what a brilliant shot. I can see that Shreyas Gopal is quite disappointed with the ball that he delivered over here. It went right under the bat, right under Surya Kumar's radar, and he just had to launch it over long off for a big 6. But the factor that I liked over here was Shreyas Gopal's reaction. I see that he has made a mistake, and I'm quite sure that he will be able to learn from that mistake. But Surya Kumar Yadav, you have to praise this batsman. He has been a consistent batsman for the Mumbai Indians. Earlier he used to be a part of the Kolkata Knight Riders, where he used to come at number 6 or 7, play those cameos of 20-30 runs and add those extra runs while posting a target of 190. But now this time his role was redefined for the Mumbai Indians. He was opening the batting last season, but this time he's coming at number 3. So I think this is a batting position which suits him the best.
Absolutely, gives him a bit of time to get settled in and then free up his arms as well. And talking about this over, 14 runs from the first 5 deliveries, and what a clean hit that was. He is a clean striker of the ball, Surya Kumar Yadav. Flighted, half volley, and just clears the front leg, gives his shoulders room to power that through. He was disappointed with Shreyas Gopal after conceding that 6. Decent stuff still from Gopal. Only 18 conceded in the 2.5 overs that he has bowled, whereas everyone's been expensive. Him along with Jadhav Nadkar have brought some sanctity to the economy rate column for Rajasthan Royals. A single to end the over, 117 for the loss of 1 wicket after 13 overs, Mumbai Indians.
The first wicket to go was of Rohit Sharma when the score was on 96, and Rohit Sharma faltered for 47, but yes, the Mumbai Indians keep chipping in with the runs at crucial times. And if we talk about Surya Kumar Yadav, he has been a really good batsman over the years, and last year he was the orange cap holder for quite a while as well. And if we talk about his IPL career, then he has batted in 63 innings, has an average of 27 with a strike rate of 133, and his highest is 72 with 6 50s under his belt. I'm sure the stats do not give justice to his true caliber, and he might be able to prove a point over here once again. Yes, I know, but Quinton de Kock is a far better player if we talk about him, and let's see if he might be able to score his second 100 over here, because Shikhar Dhawan was keen on scoring 100 over here, but Colin Ingram spoiled the party for him.
He took it away from him, didn't he? Smashed a 6 on the last delivery when 4 were needed last night, but I think Dhawan was very happy to get the runs under his belt, and he's bowled him. He's bowled him. Dhawal Kulkarni picks up the wicket. Surya Kumar Yadav is gone, looking to come down the track and hit a big shot. The ball zips through the surface and takes the top of the off stump, and with that Kulkarni picks up his first wicket. 117 for the loss of 2 wickets now. Mumbai Indians was seam up delivery, pitches on the leather part, zips through and perfect volley. Perfect, right at the top of the off stump.
I think we do remember when we used to play cricket, junior level cricket, our coaches used to put a coin on top of the bail and tell us to hit the target by pitching it on the deck, and that's what Dhawal Kulkarni has exactly done. And if you look at his encounter against the Kolkata Knight Riders, there was a time when he struck the leg stump fiercely. Chris Lynn was the batsman who was batting in the bails, didn't fall off, but in his last 2 matches against the Chennai Super Kings, and this one included, he struck Shane Watson's top bail, the leg stump, and this time it was Surya Kumar's top bail, but the off stump, so he's targeting the bails.
Yeah, and the thing is, he'll be happy that at least this time the bails are dropping off, not like the Chris Lynn incident, but the LEDs lit up on that occasion, but the bail refused to fall on the top of the stumps. Rahana said, well, at least it could have been given as a dead ball, if not a boundary, but well, second wicket there, and he'll be very, very pleased will be Dhawal Kulkarni with the way that he's picked up that wicket. An excellent seaming delivery, and dream for a fast bowler to hit the top of the off stump. And now who will come? Will it be young Ishan Kishan under pressure to try and score some quick runs? Will they promote Hardik Pandya up the order? Will the big West Indian Karan Pollard come?
I think it has to be one of the big hitters, but there might be a possibility of Ishan Kishan also coming in. And I think it's Karan Pollard who walks in.
Yes, it is the big Karan Pollard coming out to join Quinton de Kock.
And so you can just remember what he did against Kings 11 Punjab. It was carnage, and all because of his brilliant innings of 82 odd runs. The Mumbai Indians were able to win that difficult game, chasing 199, which is also the highest run chase at this Wankhede Stadium. And Karan Pollard is one of the 2 players to hit 50 plus sixes in 2020 cricket in 2019. Karan Pollard hit 51 sixes, while another Caribbean all-rounder, Andre Russell, has hit 60 maximum in T20s this year. Pollard has played 31 T20s so far in 2019 and scored 685 runs with 450. So these 2 West Indian batsmen have turned on the music in the Indian Premier League.
Absolutely, a total of 171 sixes in the IPL for Karan Pollard, and he gets off the mark with an overthrow. Flicks one away towards mid-wicket, straight to the fielder. Throw comes in towards the non-strikers and hits the stumps. Ricochets away from the fielder, backing up, and eventually they will pick up a single. It has been referred to the third umpire for that direct hit, and Mariah Rasmus, the television umpire, confirms that de Kock had made his ground, so it will be a single there for Pollard to open his account. And now it will be Quinton de Kock who will be on strike. What can you do? During these situations, you go for the direct hit. There was a chance of a run out, and the ball ricochets away. 118 for the loss of 2 wickets. Make that 122. What a shot! Smashed with utter disdain by Quinton de Kock. Backs away and uses all the power.
Beautiful shot by Quinton de Kock. We were seeing Shikhar Dhawan do the exactly same thing what he did over here. Quinton de Kock at the Eden Gardens against the Kolkata Knight Riders, and yes, identical shot like him, just moved away from the ball and struck it with fierce power, and it went through the gap for an important boundary for the South African international. And you can just see how big Karan Pollard looks in front of de Kock. But do not undermine de Kock, because he can hit some big ones as well. Talking about the score, it's 122 for the loss of 2 wickets, and now it moves on to 123 with that single. Pollard is on 1, while de Kock is on 59 of 39. 1 wicket coming off of this over, and the wicket was of Surya Kumar Yadav.
That was a beautiful wicket there. Rahane was delighted with that. We got Nilofer Bashir saying nice commentary. Thank you, Nilofer. And apart from that, we got Ram Rekha Yadav supporting Mumbai Indians, and Amil Uddin has written something in Bangla. I'm afraid I can't read that. Umesh Chaudhary, the score is 123 for 2 after 13.4 overs, and it's Pollard and de Kock on strike. Shiva Rijal says 220 for 3 is what they will score. Om Prakash Meghal is predicting a 213 for Mumbai Indians, while Prakash Paudel says 188 is what they will manage. Amit Kumar, thank you very much for your kind comment, and what a start it was for Mumbai Indians, and what an end it was for Karen Pollard in the previous game. But 83, his highest in the IPL, of just 31 deliveries, and single-handedly took the game away from Kings 11 Punjab. And they must be thinking, well, is that how Delhi felt?
That long handle coming into play with that bottom hander. It was an amazing innings by Karen Pollard, and it's now 124 for 2 with that single. Good over by Dhaval Kulkarni. Just the 7 runs coming off of it with one big wicket of Surya Kumar Yadav. The final 6 overs do remain in this innings, and Mumbai Indians will have to score above 180 in order to add some pressure on the Rajasthan Royals, because it is a batting haven as of now.
Absolutely. Jignesh Goswami is tuned into our YouTube service as well. A very, very good afternoon to all of you. And for those who are wondering, it was Rajasthan Royals captain Ajinkya Rahane who won the toss and opted to bowl first. And now with 14 overs gone, Mumbai Indians are 124 for the loss of 2 wickets. 59 for the Cock, couple of runs for Pollard, and an early, almost a half century for Rohit Sharma. Scored 47 before he was dismissed, caught by Josh Butler off the bowling with Jofra Archer at long on. And then Surya Kumar Yadav came and scored a quick fire 16 of just 10 deliveries before he was bowled by Dhaval Kulkarni. So they've got an over left from Krishnappa Gautam and Dhaval Kulkarni and Shreyas Gopal. They've got 2 overs each for Jofra Archer and Jaydev Unadkar. Liam Livingstone bowled 1 over, gave away 13 runs, and I highly doubt that he is going to come back into the attack.
So what was the point of dropping Ben Stokes in the very first place? Because
he's injured.
Oh, he's injured.
Stokes is injured. That's what Rahane said, that Stokes is injured. That's why Livingstone comes in. One Englishman, as far as the nation that they play for is concerned, one Englishman replaces another one, because as we know, Ben Stokes was actually born in New Zealand.
Right, and if we talk about Shreyas Gopal, he has been a force to be reckoned with for the Rajasthan Royals. It's just unfortunate that he hasn't been supported from the other end by any other bowler. Just 19 runs coming off the 3 overs that he has bowled. 124 for the 2, 124 for 2 is the score by the Mumbai Indians. 14.1 overs have been bowled, and there was a big appeal for an LBW decision, but Pollard is a tall man, and it hit him above the knee roll, so it might have possibly gone above the middle and leg stump. One ball has been delivered. 124 for 2 is the score, and the projected score does say 175, but if this man sticks around for too long, then it might go well above 190.
Well, absolutely, and as we know that there's always extra bit of bounce on offer at the Wankhede Stadium, and as Wally rightly said, Pollard is a tall bloke. The knee roll of Pollard's pad is almost equal to the height of the stumps, and the ball was still on his way up, so it could have gone over the stumps, missed it. So a good call there for Rahane not to take the DRS on that occasion. 124 for 2 as Gopal continues to bowl a good over here, not giving too many runs away, and keeping Karen Pollard quiet, which actually is a bit of a task nowadays with him back in form, and again turning and troubling him with his turn.
Just 19 runs of 3.3 overs, and the 3 balls have been dot. Karen Pollard seems to have been struggling against Gopal, but you never know. Just one hit and it can raise your confidence. He's on 2 of 6 deliveries, while Leacock is on 59 of 39. The score moves on to 124 for 2, but what a googly that was. Almost finding his way. The ball almost found the way through the gap between bat and pan, and that could have dislodged the bails, but you can see that was... if a review would have been taken, it would have been one of the worst reviews in modern day history, because it went I think a feet above the middle stump.
Well, absolutely, and that's what we said, there's always extra bounce at the Wankhede Stadium with the red clay soil used to make the pitch, and Pollard finally takes up a single in this over. After 4 dot deliveries, he's managed to play one down the ground for a single. I think that's what his idea is, that this is a last over, might as well see it out and then target the other bowlers, because there's always a chance that you targeting Shreyas Gopal and you throw your wicket away, and you do not want that right now. After this, another 5 overs left, so they'll be targeting another at least 60 odd runs, and that'll take them close to 185, 190, but Will that be enough? Because this is a belter of a wicket. Rajasthan, when they come out to bat, they'll also have a good surface to bat on. Single to end the over. 15 overs gone. It's 126 for the loss of 2 wickets. And what a spell of class spin bowling from Shreyas Gopal. Unlucky not to pick up a wicket, having beaten the outsiders on multiple occasions. But it's even just 21 runs of the 4 overs that he's bowled. Time for the second strategic timeout of the Mumbai innings. That means we'll take a quick break as well, leaving you with the information that it's 15 overs gone, 126 for 2. Stay tuned to Cricket Lounge and Sports Flashes. We will be back in a jiffy.
You are tuned into Sports Flashes Radio.
And what a performance by the number 3 seed, Saina Nehwal, who tomorrow will contest a third All-England semi-final.
Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Sports Flashes.
This is Sports Flashes Live.
The flying Finn from Helsinki is on his last lap, looking magnificently good for his 20th World Championship win.
Download Sports Flashes app or visit www.sportsflashes.com. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Sports Flashes.
You are listening to Sports Flashes Live. Download Sports Flashes app or visit www.sportsflashes.com. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. This is Sports Flashes Live. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. Sports Flashes, everything about sports. You are tuned into Sports Flashes Radio. Sports Flashes Radio. World's biggest sports radio channel. Sports Flashes, the official broadcast partner of BCCI. Sports Flashes, everything about sports. Catch all the cricketing action and complete drama at one click of your phone.
He does that. Smack again onside, being peppered. Consecutive boundaries.
Don't miss.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Sports Flashes, and yes, it is a double-header today. The first game between the Rajasthan Royals and the Mumbai Indians at the Wankhede Stadium is going on, and the second strategic time out has finally come to an end. If you talk about Quinton de Kock, he is still out there. He came in to open the innings along with Rohit Sharma, a good partnership of 96 odd runs with his skipper. Rohit Sharma got dismissed by Jofra Archer, getting caught at long on by Joss Butler for 90. For 47, and if you talk about the score as of now, it's 126 for 2. Quinton de Kock is on 60 of the 40 deliveries that he's faced, and he's batting alongside Kieran Pollard, who has just come fresh to the crease. He's on 3 of 8 deliveries, and Jaydev Unadkat has come out to bowl, and a bad way to start off his over, an unlucky way I would say, because he just took the top edge of Quinton de Kock's willow, and that is another boundary for him, a cross-batted shot. I'm sure he might be disappointed with that, but it goes above the wicket-keeper's head. It goes above short-third man's head, and a crucial boundary for the Mumbai Indians. So the runs keep on flowing for Mumbai, and it is important for Rajasthan Royals to restrict them well under 190, because it will be a difficult task to achieve over here. 130 for the loss of 2 wickets in 15.1 overs. Takes a single on the very next delivery, moves on to 65 with that, and Kieran Pollard will be having the strike now, and Unadkat as of now has impressed with the ball. 2.2 overs, having bowled 16 runs given. Run rate is of 8.54, and projected score does say it's about 170, but I think Pollard might get into his groove in this over.
Absolutely, and he'd want to get into his groove because he's just got 3 runs of the 8 deliveries that he's faced, and he likes taking on the faster bowlers with the Nadkar now. I think it could be in a bit of a bother here. Nadkar already a boundary in this over, and Pollard will be looking to target the man. Mid-off now comes into the 30-yard circle. They've got a man at extra cover and a backward point along with the fine leg in the 30-yard. So third man, sweeper cover, long on, deep mid-wicket and deep square leg. These are the 5 fielders patrolling the boundary rope as the score is 131. Pollard goes big on the onside as expected, but this time the ball will trickle away towards deep mid-wicket. Only a single there for the big West Indian. 132 for 2 as Livingston throws the ball, and the keeper was blindsided with the sun in the background. So during the strategic timeout, it seemed that the entire Mumbai team was out there at the center of the Wankhede Stadium. Rohit Sharma there as well. Everyone out there talking to the batsman. Krunal Pandya as well there, and we saw Ishan Kishan. Everybody out there giving gyan to Pollard and de Kock.
And if you look at the comment section over here, then Shani Jagdish has joined us from Nepal. So thank you, Shani. Keep listening to Sports Flashes. Pooja Sharma is here with us. Some little Omkar Avasthi thinks that 240 might be the target set over here. And we just got an interesting comment by Khalid Mehman, who thinks that 180 to 190 is chaseable here. I think he did was the last game against the Kings 11 Punjab when Mumbai chased 190, but it will always be a difficult task, Khalid. The score as of now is 133 for the loss of 2 wickets, and the next batsman who is padded up with an extra set of gear, which is the helmet, is Hardik Pandya. So I suppose he might be the next man.
Yeah, it should be Pandya who come in. He's got his helmet, he's got his gloves, everything in order to stride out if a wicket falls now. And we're hoping that it doesn't, and these two can continue the way they are, with Pollard hitting a few lusty blows. He's on 4 is Pollard, as the score now moves up to 134 for the loss of 2 wickets. In fact, they're coming back for the second. This is excellent running between the wickets by Quinton de Kock. He was the one pushing Pollard to come back for the second, and Pollard clearly is not very impressed having to run another extra run. So 135 now the score. Tonight in the day's second match, it will be the Kings taking on the Royal Challengers. That's the Kings 11 Punjab up against RCB at the IS Windar Stadium, the PCA Stadium in Mohali. And that will be also another cracker of a game with quality batting in both sides. And obviously, 2 old friends, they'll be up against each other. Virat Kohli versus Chris Gayle.
I know we are supposed to be neutral, but I'm rooting for Virat Kohli today. I've had enough of his losses. I just hope that he does something over here today, and it will be important for his confidence as well, for the Royal Challengers Bangalore fans who have so faithfully supported them. Coming back to the comments of this game, then Pooja Sharma is back with us. Khalid Mehman, Sachin Jawale thinks that Mumbai Indians will need this game, will win this game as quick as possible. Om Prakash thinks that 189 would be the final target set. Ashif Bhai is here with us and thinks that 165 would be the target, but I think it will be well beyond that. And what a good start it has been by Quinton de Kock. 64 runs by him, and what an innings. There were quite some speculations suggesting that Evan Lewis might be the man to come in, but he has proven his critics wrong after this inning.
Well, he has, hasn't he, as Quinton de Kock, but Evan Lewis certainly is another powerhouse, power-packed opener in the ranks for Mumbai Indians, and God forbid if there is an injury, then they can always have Quinton de Kock replaced by Evan Lewis. Lewis, what a man he is. I think he's got 2 more hundreds in T20 international against India. He particularly likes the Indian attack, and it is Jofra Archer now who will come in and bowl over number 17. Fires one and none. Pollard, what were you doing? That could have been a run out had that been a direct hit. Pollard not even looking to complete the run, just jogging and completing through the formalities. He had given up at Pollard, and that's possibly because the 2 runs he was forced to run in the previous over. The big West Indian doesn't like running too much. That's pretty clear now in the last 2 overs.
Kulkarni has just 1 over left. Gautam has 1 over left as well. Archer will be the man to bowl the final overs because he still has 2 overs remaining. Unadkat has 1 over as well remaining. 20 runs given in his 3 overs, and Ajinkya Rahane seems quite busy, and you are absolutely right, Karthikeya. That would have been curtains for Pollard. He wasn't even interested in actually dragging his bat, so he's quite drained after that couple of runs in the previous over.
I think let's just let him stand at one end and use the long handle. That'll be better for Mumbai Indians. 19 runs of the last 19 deliveries, so a decent bit of comeback by Rajasthan Royals, not giving away too many runs. And as I said in the start of the coverage, they give around 11.50 runs per over in the last 5 overs, and they've been pretty expensive in the death, have been Rajasthan Royal fast bowlers. And now Pollard goes big. Has he got enough on it? It's high, but is it long enough? No, it isn't. In fact, it's caught at the 30-yard circle. Excellent judge catch there by the youngster, and that's the end of Karen Pollard. That's what happens when you make him run 2 runs. Becomes tired.
And that was a really good catch. He became so tired that he wasn't even able to clear the 30-yard circle. But you have to praise Shreyas Gopal's effort in the field today. It is his second catch in his second game, first coming against Chennai. And that was a good catch as well. And you can see he was walking back, he was running back, and he manages to take it, kept his head still, and an important wicket at a crucial interval for Rajasthan. Just 19 runs of 20 deliveries, but also tagged that wicket along of Karen Pollard, who was a phenomenon in the previous game. Hardik Pandya might be the man to walk in to support Quinton de Kock, and I think Rajasthan Royals are just scraping their way back in the game.
Well, absolutely, and what a catch that. It's not a fancy diving full-length catch, but whenever the ball's coming from over your head and you're running backwards, it is never easy. But kept his eyes on the ball till the very last moment there did Shreyas Gopal, and got that all-important wicket of Karen Pollard. Helped get that all-important wicket, and Pollard is now gone for 6. 136 for the loss of 2 wickets after 16.2 overs, and now with 3 overs left after this one, and I think Rajasthan will be happy if they can restrict Mumbai around 175, 170, and they fancy their chances from there on, because remember, Jofra Archer has got another over left after this one. It is Hardik Pandya who's come out to join Quinton de Kock. It will be interesting to see if Pandya uses his tiny muscles to power the ball away. Now for Quinton de Kock, deep square leg, deep mid wicket, long on, all in the patrolling the boundary rope. 143.3 the strike rate for Hardik Pandya, as now 5 leg is in the 30-yard circle. Only a single there, but they should come back for the second. It's a longest boundary there, and yes, 2 runs there for Quinton de Kock. Moves up to 68, and it's a 138 for 3 Mumbai Indians.
A good over by Jofra Archer, just 3 runs coming off of it in the 3 deliveries, and also getting the prize scout of Karen Pollard. Earlier in the innings he took the big wicket of Rohit Sharma, who was looking quite dangerous at one end. He was on 47, and again he strikes this time by getting the big wicket of Karen Pollard, and you could see that the plan is quite clear to Quinton de Kock. They're bowling to his legs because he knows, because if the angle goes along with on the leg side, then it will be difficult for him to execute his long levers, and that is why he seems to have been struggling. And I think that wasn't wide. Had it got a connection of his t-shirt or his waist, then it shouldn't have been a wide, but there have been quite questionable decisions made in this IPL, so it's not a surprise.
Well, he's not. He was pulling that, and he was early into the shot. It was a slow delivery by Jofra Archer, and by the time the ball crossed his body, his front leg was way further down the leg side than the ball itself. But in the meantime, a boundary here for Quinton de Kock. Poor delivery from Jofra Archer. Was a full toss on the pads and has been flicked away through towards deep backward square leg for a boundary. 143 for 3 Mumbai Indians. Over number 17 underway, and de Kock is doing a terrific job here. 72 not out is the South African opener, and we're talking about Quinton de Kock as far as his batting is concerned. Highest of 108 for in the IPL, and he's got as far as hundreds are concerned, that only 100, so we'll be targeting a second if he stays till the end. In the meantime, another single there for Mumbai Indians.
Score moves on to 144 with that single for the loss of 3 wickets, and you can just see that Shreyas Gopal, what a catch he took in the previous match as well, running back, and that was the catch.
He's made a good habit of these.
I think he's going to fit into that form of taking a catch, because he tends to not make it look easy, because he wants to go backwards with his head still, but finally takes a catch. And we have seen, though umpiring blunders have been quite common this season, drop catches have also been quite common, so this is something quite pleasant when good catches are taken. And we're back on the YouTube comment section. Khalid Memon thinks that 185 might the score, and Mome Rode is back with us. She says high. Sachin Jewal is here, Mohsin Hussain, Sachin Patel, Basa is supporting Mumbai over here, Omkar Awasthi, Priyanka Patel and Sudhakar Kandar. Sushant thinks that 180 might be the score over here. Mahi Ishan is asking us what the score is.
Well, Ishan, it's certainly all in favour of Mumbai Indians still, with the score being 145 for 3. Final 3 overs remaining in this contest, and well, it's an excellent recovery, I have to say, by the Rajasthan Royals. At a point in time, it was looking like 200 was easily on the cards, but then in the last few overs, they've clawed their way back. They've picked up 3 wickets as well during that time, and been very difficult to score off the Rajasthan Royals bowlers in the last few overs. Pollard is perished as well. That's a big blow given his recent form, although he did look scratchy today. Pollard not even looked at times not interested as well, and obviously not interested in running the extra single or the double, but he's back in the hut, so we'll have to wait for a Pollard special another time. But Pandya is out there in the middle, and he's worked one away towards deep backward square leg, should come back for the second. Yes, he's very quick between the wickets is Hardik Pandya, obviously not quicker than MS Dhoni. Remember, we saw him having a 100-meter stride with Dhoni, and it was the veteran who came out on top. 3 for Pandya, 147 for 3 Mumbai.
Sachin Patel asking what the score is. The score is 147 for 3 in 17.1 overs, and talking about the projected score, if it goes with at a rate of 12 runs per over, then Mumbai might go above 180, but that is something which might disappoint them with the start that they got. Hardik Pandya gets stuck onto that, and it was a perfect shot over mid-wicket for a big 6, and he moves on to 9 with that shot, and what a shot that was. He's making a habit of those shots.
Well, as he certainly likes that. He on the onside, shuffles away towards the off stump and converts that length delivery into a half volley and clobbers it over deep mid-wicket. It was a slower off-cutter, read on time, and if Pandya reads those and it's in his arc, there's only one place they are going, and that's into the stand. What a shot, 82 metres long 6 from Hardik Pandya. The score moves up to 153 for 3 as Pandya now works one single away, and it'll be 154 for 4. And talking about this over, well, we've had 3 deliveries bowled, 9 runs scored, and Hardik Pandya straight away started where he left off.
And the final 2 to 3 overs are going to be quite interesting, Karthikeya, because Rajasthan Royals are in a list of an unwanted record over here, because they have conceded more than at a rate of more than 11.6 runs per over this IPL in the final few overs, while Mumbai on the other end thrive under it because they have struck at a rate of above 11.5, with only KKR being above them thanks to Andre Russell. So you can just see that this is the ideal moment for Mumbai Indians, and the not so ideal moment for Rajasthan Royals, because this is where they are under pressure.
Absolutely. De Kock now digs a Yorker out. Excellent delivery. Good comeback there by Dhaval Kulkarni. And talking about the teams, it's such a strange thing that, the team that leaks the most runs in the death overs is up against a team that scores almost the most runs in the death overs. So you can expect a few big boundaries, a few big sixes as well. A beautiful sight, the Wankhede Stadium, and you've got the train station right next to it as well. And on the other side you have the beautiful Arabian Sea. So it's always that sea breeze, that pleasant breeze blowing across the stadium, as now De Kock looking a bit tired, was hoping to hit one away, and in the end, they picked up one. Overthrows as well. Well, runs being gifted here by Rajasthan Royals, and again it's Liam Livingston, the man from short extra cover, who tried to effect a run out with a direct hit at the non-striker's end. Look, Dhaval Kulkarni says, anyway, I am fairly expensive, and you're leaking runs away as well with overthrows.
156 for 3 is the score. Quite a few people were asking for the score, so it's 156 for 3. Hardik Pandya is on 10 and De Kock is on 75, and let me tell you, the last 15 to 20 balls, Quinton De Kock has been struggling, and it is the heat which has been bothering him. He isn't looking that vintage De Kock, and you can see he tried paddling it over here, and Jofra Archer just makes a meal of it, and you could see they might be able to take another 2, and Quinton De Kock would have preferred if he got caught, because he just had to take another 2. Previously it was an overthrow, and now it's a drop catch.
Absolutely not going his way, but he'll be happy as long as the runs are coming. The left-handed South African opener, 18 overs gone, 158 for the loss of 3 wickets, 13 runs coming from that over. Now Dhaval Kulkarni has completed his quota of 4 overs, 1 wicket, and 38 runs for Dhawal Kulkarni. 12 deliveries remaining, 158 for 3, and a run a ball will get them to 170. I doubt they will settle for that with Hardik Pandya still there. I think if Pandya is there till the end, he has a good crack, easily 180 is possible.
And if they do manage to keep them under 180, then Rajasthan Royals would be the team in confidence, because 170, 175 is something which is quite chaseable at the Wankhede wicket, and especially with the kind of start Mumbai got, and then clawing their way back into the game, Rajasthan, I think that would do them a word of confidence. Let's just take a look at the comment section. There are quite a few fans joined in with us, and Sunil Nuthani from Ivory Coast is back with us.
Hello Sunil, how are you, Mr. Nuthani?
And there are many more. Priyanka Patel and Hizratullah is also present with us. 100 and what's it called?
58. 158 for 3. It is Jofra Archers back into the attack. Pandya on strike, and he drives one excellent delivery from Archers. He's targeting those Yorkers, the block hole area, not allowing the batsman to score very freely. And in the end, it's 159 for 3 now with that single.
And what a spell by Jofra Archer. 3 overs, 27 runs and 2 big wickets of Rohit Sharma and Kieron Pollard. And let me tell you, what a sight that was. He went there for the full dive, Jofra Archer did, and then he just laid there. He didn't even make an effort for getting up and taking back and getting the ball back before the batsman took 2 runs. And Dhawal Kulkarni, you have to feel sorry for him. He did ball well, and he did take the big wicket of Surya Kumar Yadav, but has struggled on one end. And Quinton de Kock now gets a beautiful boundary over covers this time on Jofra Archer's over through the covers. 163 is Mumbai's score for the loss of 3 wickets. De Kock just 19 runs away from his second 100. Will he be able to do it? It's a matter of 10 deliveries.
Once again, backs up does Quinton de Kock, and rooted in the crease, uses the width and clobbers it away towards a deep mid-wicket, towards a deep extra cover. There was a fielder there, Liam Livingston once again, but not able to get it. Now he's miscued it, it's in the air, and will that be taken? Yes, it will be. Excellent catch in the deep there by Josh Butler. He's a wicket keeper. Can you believe it? Runs down from long on and takes a diving catch. Excellent catch. And Quinton de Kock's innings has come to an end. 81 of 52 deliveries, and that's wicket number 4 down for Mumbai Indians. 163 for 4. Another good catch by the Rajasthan Royal fielder.
And more often than not, wicket keepers turn out to be quite athletic fielders. If you talk about Brendan McCullum being one of them, Josh Butler once again being in that category, and Dinesh Karthik, if you remember his catch in the T20s against South Africa. So these pair of wicket keepers are bunch of wicket keepers are always supposed to be good fielders due to their athleticism, and you have to praise Jofra Archer. 3 wickets under such challenging conditions for him. It has been a good day for him. And we're back on YouTube. Omkar Awasthi is over here supporting Virat Kohli, so I suppose he's here for the RCB game. We'll be back for that as well. Mario D'Souza is here with us from Ireland saying hello. Omkar Awasthi also supporting Virat Kohli. Khalid Memon, a regular supporter of Sports Flashes. Omkar Awasthi. Diloon Mohammed also here with us. Sachin Jaswal and Devender Shukla stating that it is going to be MI who will win this match. So it's 162 for the loss of 4 wickets after that wicket, and 163 for 4 after the fall of that wicket, and 3 more deliveries remain in the 18th over. What a good comeback by the Rajasthan Royals.
Absolutely. Now it's Ishan Kishan who's come out to join Hardik Pandya. Pandya has picked up a single, sending Ishan Kishan now on strike, the youngster, and he will be under a bit of pressure. I think there's only one way for him to bat now. Hit out or get out, see the ball, hit the ball. 133.8 is his strike rate. 33rd match in the IPL. He's got over 600 runs as well in this format. Slow rough cutter there from Jofra Archer that resulted in Quinton de Kock's wicket, and a great catch. Running in and diving forward there, Josh Butler. Jofra Archer, that's how it's done. If he were diving forward and trying to complete a catch, Shreyas Gopal was delighted. So was Ajinkya Rahane. As a back of the hand release, slow delivery pulled away, and should only be a single. But will they come back? No, they won't. Pandya will retain strike on that occasion. And as far as this over is concerned, the wicket and 7 runs from Jofra Archer. He certainly seems to be picking up a few wickets now. He picked up 4 earlier in the tournament, with 3 coming from Chennai's home and away games. And now he's picked up 3 wickets today as well.
And the good thing for the Rajasthan Royals and England as well is that he can be
he can prove to be pretty handy with the bat as well. He also bats with a long handle, and if you remember that game against Chennai Super Kings at the Chepauk at the home ground, then his partnership along with MS Dhoni was one to remember for. But what a helicopter shot by Hardik Pandya. I think MS Dhoni has handed the baton over to Hardik Pandya for that shot, because that's another big six. He moves on to 18 and a much needed six for Hardik Pandya. What a glorious shot that was by him.
What a shot, and once again we saw him do that last time round as well, getting the helicopter out and whipping one away towards deep mid-wicket for another massive six. We got Yagnesh Sonavane and Sharky Gamer asking for the runs, so I'll let you know the score in a minute. Omkar Awasthi and Ramesh Shinde. Khalid Mehman says 92 in 10 overs. That was the score. We got Mario D'Souza from Ireland tuning in. A very good evening. And Kanchan Ram, last match highlights, must watch. Absolutely, what a great game that was as well. And we got Sunil from Ivory Coast, Javed Bhatt also asking the scores, and the score is 171. And talking about that helicopter shot, well, I think Dhoni would be proud of that. I think he'll be happy to see a young talent like Hardik Pandya taking one of his shots, learning from it and getting one. And now Ishan Kishan goes big, has not got hold of it, but it'll be a one bounce boundary for the left-hander. It's 175 now for 4 with final 5 deliveries remaining.
Jayadev Unadkat bowling the final delivery, and if you talk about the last 19 deliveries, then 40 runs have come off the Mumbai Indians batsmen's below, and 175 for 4 with that boundary. It wasn't a completely controlled shot, it was his first delivery, mistimed, but just had enough one bounce boundary and an important boundary, and I'm sure they'll be looking for 190, just 15 more runs. Can they make it? Let's just see.
Well, we got Mario D'Souza from Ireland saying coffee seems to have made Rahul and Pandya better cricketers. Well, certainly it has. Their performance is speaking for themselves. As Kishan now launches one down the track. Has he got hold of it? No, he hasn't. Caught at long off. Butler once again completes the catch, and it's Ishan Kishan gone for 5. Wicket number 5 down for Mumbai Indians, and it's 175 for 5. Hardik Pandya, the only hope now.
That's Josh Butler's third catch of the innings, and what a good delivery that was by Unadkat. A low full toss outside the off-stump region. Ishan Kishan tried to make one of the most difficult shots and struck that over long off. It is very difficult. It requires a lot of power to get a 6 over there, and it was a comfortable take for Josh Butler in the end. The score as of now with 4 balls remaining is 175 for 5. 19.2 overs have been bowled, and Ishan Kishan departs for 4 runs.
Well, we got Dillu Mohammed saying that Mumbai need 190 on the board if they have to win this contest, so they will need to get another 15 in the last 4 deliveries. With Pandya on strike, I think it is possible. And Mario D'Souza says he's loving our coverage. Thank you very much, Mario, but he would want a scorecard. It was there till yesterday, but due to some technical glitch, it has been taken off temporarily, and we will certainly be back very soon with the scorecard as well. But at the moment, the IT team is working on it to fix that, and hopefully we'll get it there as soon as we can. Now, Dartkar has picked up his first wicket as he comes to bowl another one, and way outside off. That should be called as a wide. No! Would you believe that's not been called as a wide?
I'll have to see the replay once again over here. And that is an ideal delivery to ball to Hardik Pandya outside the off stump, but was it a wide or was it not? We'll just see. Ishan Kishan was the last man to go for 4, and Rajasthan Royals will be mighty pleased with their effort in the field, because like I said, it almost seemed like it would go above 200, and they seem to be 25 runs short, while 3 balls still remain. 18 runs could come off of it. I might be wrong. Hardik Pandya is on 18 of 8 deliveries, and he goes for the pull shot. A good delivery by Unadkat, but will it be a boundary? Oh yes, it will be a boundary. A good effort by Shreyas Gopal at the deep. Almost, in fact, it was Livingston who was at the deep, almost tried preventing that boundary, but it wasn't to be. The score moves on to 179 for 5, and Hardik Pandya proving to be an important cog in the wheel of Mumbai Indians. What a finisher this man is turning out to be. He's on 22 of just 9 deliveries.
Once again, short delivery way outside, although did get the toe end of the bat, had enough wood on it for it to go away through towards deep mid-wicket for a boundary. Decent effort by Livingston, but it was never ever going to stop that. There's a big gap between deep mid-wicket and backward square leg, and that's exactly what Pandya put the ball in. 8 runs on the over. Once again, very wayward, very wide. This time the umpire wakes up and calls it a wide. Pandya is looking at the umpire. Are you sure? Are you sure you want to give that as a wide as well? 180 for 5 now. 2 deliveries remaining. Third man, backward point and a deepish gully on the 30-yard circle. These are the 3 men behind square on the offside in the 30-yard circle. They've got short fine leg in the 30-yard circle as well. And now a long off, long on at the boundary rope, along with sweeper cover, deep mid-wicket and deep backward square leg. These are the 5 men patrolling the boundary rope. Final delivery still to come after this one. This is the penultimate one. 19.4 overs bowled, 180 for 5. As Pandya, well, he's been beaten and looking to hit one, pull one, and now he's given it a wide. But the wides have not been given, the non-wides have been given.
Once again, a questionable decision. This wasn't supposed to be a wide. It was actually a well-directed bouncer, and the bowler must be disappointed because it takes a lot of effort to execute that short delivery with perfection, and he did get the better of Hardik Pandya over there. And yes, a poor call. It wasn't a wide by any angle. What is the umpiring standards this season? And you could clearly see the leg umpire stating that it was a wide. So. And Jayadev Unadkat states looks distraught out of that because it's a matter of fine margins. These 2 deliveries could get smashed for 2 sixes, and the equation will be 195, 194 to that. Let's just see what happens over here. And yes, that might turn out to be a 6. He just lofts that over long gone. Score moves on to 187, and Unadkat is clearly not impressed with the umpiring standards this IPL. 187 for 5 in 19.5 overs. Hardik Pandya proving to be an important finisher for Mumbai Indians. Once again, he's done it time and time again this season. One final delivery to go. Score is 187.
Well, we got Sugadesh I'm asking how many Pandya scored. He's with that 6 moved up to 28. And that's an 80-meter long 6 from Hardik Pandya. Much to the delight of all the Mumbai Indian fans. 28 of just 10 deliveries for Pandya. Last delivery, he's dropped it. He's dropped a cotton ball chance as Unadkat, but more importantly, it's a dot ball to end the innings. And Pandya has a smile on his face. It's 20 overs gone, 187 for 5 Mumbai Indians. That means that they need 188 to Rajasthan Royals to win this game. They'd be happy because at a point in time it looked like they'd be cruising away to a 200 plus score will be Mumbai Indians. So quick reminder of what happened today. It was Rajasthan Royals who won the toss and they elected to bowl first. A fantastic 96-run opening stand between Rohit and Quinton de Kock before Rohit Sharma was dismissed for 47. De Kock scoring 81. 16 for Suryakumar Yadav. Pollard gone for 6. Hardik Pandya remaining not out on 28 in the end. Ishan Kishan scoring 5. And Krunal Pandya, without facing a delivery, was also not out on 0. 3 wickets for Jofra Archers in his 4 overs for 39 runs. A wicket apiece for Jayadev Unadkat and Dhawal Kolkadli. Shreyas Gopal bowled well in his 4 overs. No wickets, although just gave away 21 runs. So that's the news that Rajasthan Royals need 188 to win the game after RCB scored after Mumbai Indians scored 187 for 5 in their 20 overs. Time for a quick break and we will be back as soon as the run chase begins at the Wankhede Stadium with 188 needed by Rajasthan Royals.
Catch all the cricketing action and complete drama at one click of your phone.
He does that. Smack again onside, being peppered. Consecutive boundaries.
Don't miss. Download the app now. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Sports Flashes.
One station filled with full football fever.
Thinks about the shot, will go for it, and will plant an absolute cracker into the corner to put the icing on what is a very sweet-tasting cake for Manchester City.
And you are just one click away.
Sergio Aguero. Oh, that's vicious! Unstoppable!
Download Sports Flashes app or visit www.sportsflashes.com. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Sports Flashes.
You are listening to Sports Flashes live.
Kohli finishes off in style. A magnificent strike into the crowd. India lift the World Cup. Moves it back. Here's Ronaldo for the hat-trick. And Cristiano Ronaldo does it again.
Sports Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. You are tuned into Sports Flashes Radio.
And what a performance by the number 3 seed Simon Awell, who tomorrow will contest a third All-England semi-final.
Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Sports Flashes.
This is Sports Flashes Live.
The flying Finn from Helsinki is on his last lap, looking magnificently good for his 20th World Championship win.
Download Sports Flashes app or visit www.sportsflashes.com. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Sports Flashes.
You are listening to Sports Flashes Live. Download Sports Flashes app or visit www.sportsflashes.com. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. This is Sports Flashes Live. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. Sports Flashes, everything about sports. You are tuned into Sports Flashes Radio. World's biggest sports radio channel. Sports Flashes, the official broadcast partner of BCCI. Sports Flashes, everything about sports. Catch all the cricketing action and complete drama at one click of your phone.
He does that. Smack again onside being peppered. Consecutive boundaries.
Don't miss. Download the app now. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Sports Flashes.
One station filled with full football fever.
Thinks about the shot. Will go for it and will plant an absolute cracker into the corner to put the icing on what is a very sweet tasting cake for Manchester City.
And you are just one click away.
Sergio Aguero. Oh, that's vicious! Unstoppable!
Download Sports Flashes app or visit www.sportsflashes.com. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Sports Flashes.
You are listening to Sports Flashes Live.
Kobe finishes off in style. A magnificent strike into the crowd. India lift the World Cup. Pulls it back. Here's Ronaldo for the hat-trick. And Cristiano Ronaldo does it again.
Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. You are tuned into Sports Flashes Radio.
And what a performance by the number 3 seed Simon Awell, who tomorrow will contest a third All-England semi-final.
Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Sports Flashes.
This is Sports Flashes Live.
The flying Finn from Helsinki is on his last lap, looking magnificent. magnificently good for his 20th World Championship win.
Download Sports Flashes app or visit www.sportsflashes.com. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Sports Flashes.
You are listening to Sports Flashes live. Download Sports Flashes app or visit www.sportsflashes.com. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. This is Sports Flashes live. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. Sports Flashes, everything about sports. You are tuned into Sports Flashes Radio. World's biggest sports radio channel. Sports Flashes, the official broadcast partner of BCCI. Sports Flashes, everything about sports. Catch all the cricketing action and complete drama at one click of your phone.
He does that. Smack again onside, being peppered. Consecutive boundaries.
Don't miss. Download the app now. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Sports Flashes.
One station filled with full football fever.
Thinks about the shot. Will go for it and will plant an absolute cracker into the corner to put the icing on what is a very sweet tasting cake for Manchester City.
And you are just one click away.
Sergio Aguero. Oh, that's vicious! Unstoppable!
Download Sports Flashes app or visit www.sportsflashes.com. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Sports Flashes.
You are listening to Sports Flashes live.
Kohli finishes off in style. A magnificent strike into the crowd. India lift the World Cup. Pulls it back. Here's Ronaldo for the hat-trick. And Cristiano Ronaldo does it again.
Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. You are tuned into Sports Flashes Radio.
And what a performance by the number 3 seed Simon Awell, who tomorrow will contest a third All-England semi-final.
Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Sports Flashes.
This is Sports Flashes live.
The flying Finn from Helsinki is on his last lap, looking magnificently good for his 20th World Championship win.
Download Sports Flashes app or visit www.sportsflashes.com. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Sports Flashes.
Good afternoon and welcome back to the coverage of match number 27. First match of the day, that's Rajasthan Royals travelling down to Mumbai to take on Mumbai Indians. And the target for Rajasthan Royals is 188. Ashutosh Sharma and Setangu Harza along with Bablu Khan and Anna Khan. Very, very warm welcome, Anna Khan, supporting Rajasthan Royals in this contest. We've got Hussain Khan Panwar, all tuned into our YouTube service. A very warm welcome. I'd like to remind you, Rajasthan Royals won the toss, elected to bowl first, and Mumbai Indians have scored 187 for 5 in their 20 overs, meaning Rajasthan Royals will need 188 to win the match. Quinton de Kock was the hero with the bat for Mumbai Indians, top scoring with 81, 47 coming off the bat of Rohit Sharma, and Pandya in the end scoring a quick 528 of just 11 deliveries with 3 sixes and a 4 to propel Mumbai Indians to 187 for the loss of 5 wickets. Not very far away we are from the start of the innings, and talking about the highest targets successfully chased here at the Wankhede Stadium in Mumbai. It was Kings 11 Mumbai doing the same, 198 against Kings 11 Punjab, and then Delhi doing it last season against Mumbai, getting 195, and then 190. That was Mumbai versus Rajasthan Royals back in 2004. So 3 times 190 and plus have been chased down at this venue. Twice 180 plus have been chased down. One by Chennai against Mumbai, one by Kochi Tuskers, the Kerala side, which is now defunct, back in 2011. So Josh Butler and Ajinkya Rahane walk out in the middle to open the innings for Rajasthan Royals, and they will be looking for a good positive start, Rajasthan Royals, before they pursue and hope that they can win this contest. I'm Karthik Sinha. With me in the commentary box, in fact the cricket lounge, is Wali Siddiqui. Wali, very, very good afternoon, and a good start is needed with Josh Butler and Rahane at the crease.
Well, absolutely, particularly this man Ajinkya Rahane, the skipper of the Rajasthan Royals, who has been a bit hot and cold this season for them. He did score a good innings of 70 odd runs in one of the games, but Josh Butler has been that man who always provides a really good start for the Rajasthan Royals, and it clearly means that they need another start, because they have to score a really big total of 188. And as you can see, Jason Behrendorff is the man to open the bowling for the Mumbai Indians. 4 matches, 4 wickets for him with an economy of 7. And he took 2 wickets on his debut game, so he has impressed as well. Alzari Joseph on the other end took a 6 on his debut, the best ever IPL figure, 6 for 11 in his 4 overs. And 188 is the target from 120 balls. Will Rajasthan Royals be able to inflict damage on the Mumbai Indians' campaign or not? Let's see. And they're currently on 7th position, but if they do manage to win this, they will move on. They'll still win in 7th, but they'll get the additional 2 points. First ball bowled, what a ball that was. No run taken by Ajinkya Rahane. The first delivery ball, score is on 0.
Bit of hint of in-swing there for Jason Behrendorff, and impressed when he was on Australia duty against India as well, picking up those early wickets when India lost that one day in the Australian continent. Apart from that, they won the series, and then Australia came to India, and he was good then as well. 0 for 0 at the moment. Rajasthan Royals, 188 is the target for the Rajasthan Royals, as Mumbai Indians will look to get some early wickets. A slip in position and another dot delivery, another good delivery. And Jason Behrendorff, he's done well. You know, he's always started with on the bank, on the money, perfect line, perfect length, good pace as well. On the other hand, Alzari Joseph, what a start he made to this season's IPL, as he bursted into the scene with 6 wickets, 6 for 12. And then against Punjab, he was a bit expensive, going over for 22 runs in the 2 overs that he bowled. These are the 2 games he's played, this being the 3rd, and Mumbai will be hoping for him to deliver the early wickets when he gets his chance.
Absolutely, and Behrendorff, what an over this has been. Just 2 deliveries and 2 in-swinging deliveries. A traditional left-arm paces delivery, and the 3rd ball goes to the slip cotton at 1 bounce. No runs taken over here, and it is very important for the Rajasthan Royals to get a good start over here, because once Jasprit Bumrah, Alzari Joseph and Rahul Chahar get into their group, it will be really difficult to add on the runs. And if we talk about Rajasthan's batting lineup, so Sanju Samson is yet to come. Steve Smith, Australia's former skipper, is in there as well. Rahul Tripathi, another good batsman. It's up to these 4 to do something and inflict damage, because Ben Stokes is not available. And irrespective of his lack of good form, his presence is also always important, and that might have been an opportunity to get the big wicket of Ajinkya Rahane, but Rohit Sharma mistimed his jump at mid-off, and Rahane as well as Rajasthan get the important boundary. 4 for no loss, but that would have been a big blow for Rajasthan.
Just before that delivery, Behrendorff was talking to himself to try and pitch it further up. He does that, and that should have been taken by Rohit Sharma, who was running towards his right, running backwards as well, and it was, say, a bit more than half a chance there for Rohit, and in the end he fluffed it, and the ball went away towards long off for a boundary. So Rahane is off the mark, so are the Royals. It's 4 for no loss, mid-on and finally in the 30-yard circle on the onside. A slip, a backward point, as well as Rahane goes for a poor shot. Look at the slogger on the onside, beaten all ends up. And this is something that Rajasthan Royals and Ajinkya Rahane will want to avoid, and they want to stick to the basics like they did initially, the Mumbai Indians in the first couple of overs, and then they started with the onslaught in the power play overs. Rohit Sharma, Quinton de Kock both giving them a fantastic start, and in the over number 3, 4 and 5 they accumulated close to 40 runs did Mumbai Indians. So I think Rahane and Butler will do well to first get their eye in and then start with the aggressiveness. As a huge appeal for leg before and given. Ajinkya Rahane has been given out leg before wicket. A terrific delivery seaming in towards Ajinkya Rahane, and he's now taken a review straight away as Rahane. Well. He seems very confident on that occasion. Maybe there's an inside edge.
And this has been the problem with Ajinkya Rahane in the previous game as well. We saw him shuffle across the off stump, and he was gone out LBW in that match as well. Deepak Chahar was the bowler back then, but today it's Jason Behrendorff, and it's even more difficult when a left arm bowler bowls because the ball usually comes in to the right-handed batsman, and I guess that has to be dismissed. That has to be the first wicket for Mumbai, and it will be a big blow. Another shot coming by Ajinkya Rahane. There is clearly no nick over there. It has struck him above the knee roll, but the question now is if it went above the wickets or not. So that is missing, and what a good review taken by Ajinkya Rahane, I must say.
Well, the height was probably the only concern there after the fact that there was no inside edge. Hit him above the knee roll, and the on-field umpire will have to take his decision back. Once again, a poor decision and an excellent review taken. Rahane remains not out. 1 over, 4 for no loss, Rajasthan Royals. And now it will be Butler who will be on strike. It will be interesting to see how Butler starts off his innings. Will he take his time? Rahane has got 4 of the first over, and now it's 184 more needed of 19 overs.
Right, and if you talk about Mumbai Indians' campaign with the bat in this game, then the first 10 overs there were 92 runs coming off of the willow, and in the final 10 overs there were 95 runs coming off the willow. So it was equally distributed if you talk about them. Coming back to the comment section, then we have Shakir Khan, who is supporting Mumbai Indians today. Bablu as well. Sonial Islam, Dilu Mohammed is saying that get in Mumbai. So that's a basic footballing term, but I like the use of that over here.
Yes, get in Mumbai. Unfortunately for them, the LBW decision that was given has been overturned, and it remains not out. Does Ajinkya Rahane. Alzari Joseph will start proceedings from the other end. Butler is on strike, as Butler is also looking to make a cautious start. Leaves one way outside the off stump, short and wide. On a normal day, Butler would have lashed on to that.
3 matches, 6 wickets for him. This is his 3rd match. He didn't manage to take a wicket in the previous game, but he did manage to contribute well enough, because it was him who got the winning runs for Mumbai Indians by taking 2 runs of the final delivery. So he proved to be quite handy with the willow as well. It's a 4 for no loss. Rahane is on 4. He struck a boundary. He was almost dismissed on that ball as well. Rohit Sharma mistimed his jump, and then it was followed by an LBW decision given by the umpire, which was retaken because the DRS was successful from Rahane's behalf. 4 for no loss. 1.2 overs have been bowled, and what a jaffa of a delivery that was. It went away from Jos Butler and almost took the edge, and back to the wicketkeeper Quinton de Kock.
Wonderful seam positioning there from Alzari Joseph, looking to get the ball moving away, and successfully does that. Beats Butler, all ends up. Terrific delivery. He's looking like he's in good nick, is Alzari Joseph. He had an off day against Punjab, 22 in the 2 overs that he bowled. And now Butler goes big, inside out, over extra cover. Where has he got enough bat on it for it to reach the fence? Rohit Sharma chasing the ball, but the ball will win the race. That'll be a boundary for Jos Butler, his first of the innings. So he opens his account as well. Both the batsmen are on 4 each. Rajasthan Royals 8 for no loss. And the moment you bowl in the slot, the batsmen are very happy to free their arms.
You just go for the swing if you're a batsman, because you know the wicket is pretty good enough. It will rise ultimately, and that's what exactly happened. And we saw that taking place against Rohit Sharma as well. He just went with the flow of the ball, and it got a good connection in the power play overs, and he got important boundaries for Mumbai Indians. But talking about Jos Butler, his wicket is something which Mumbai Indians would be looking for, because we know he can turn out to be a deadly 4 for any team. It's 8 for no loss in 1.4 overs, and Arvind Gangawal is here
with us joined in from Dubai, and he states that he's enjoying our commentary, and he feels like he's sitting in a stadium in India, and he loves Mumbai Indians. So thank you for that comment, Arvind Gangawalla, Rama Reddy, Nameeb, Farooq, and Bablu Khan. Ekta Hajar thinks that Rajasthan will win. Salim Sheikh also believes that Rajasthan will win. If Rajasthan does manage to win this game, then it will do a word of good for their confidence, because beating Mumbai at the Wankhede is a very difficult task.
Absolutely, and obviously they've just got one win so far this season in Rajasthan Royals, so they need to pick up a few wickets, get the win here if they have to stay alive in this competition. Talking about Joseph, started his IPL with a bang against Sunrisers Hyderabad, 6 wickets for 12 runs in 3.4 overs, and got big wickets as well, the likes of David Warner as well in there, and was it the underdog of Bhuvneshwar Kumar too, was Aljari Joseph. Bowled with pace, bowled with venom, bowled in good lines as well, as he's doing today. As now Butler scoops one over, short fine leg. Has he got enough? Yes, he has. That'll be a boundary, not very convincing, but in the end a 4 there to end the over. 8 of that over from Alzari Joseph. 2 overs gone, it's 12 for no loss. Another premeditated shot there from Josh Butler. Before the ball was released, he moved away towards the offside, already deciding that he will go for that gill scoop.
Though it was predeterminated, but you could just see that whenever Butler goes for the scoop, I think 95% of the times he makes a good connection and it goes for a boundary, and he has to be one of the most successful batsmen to convert that shot into a boundary, because it requires a lot of guts, and what a shot that was. With that boundary, the score moves on to 12 in 2 overs. Ajinkya Rahane needs to battle it out with Josh Butler, because he knows he has got a formidable partner at the other end, and Butler needs that support from the other end as well. If Rahane does manage to crank it up a notch, then we might see another partnership of 90 or even 100 odd runs, just like the Mumbai Indians did in the first innings. 96 runs partnership between Quinton de Kock and Rohit Sharma back then. But right now, Ajinkya Rahane taking complete advantage of that length delivery by Jason Behrendorff, and hits it over mid-wicket on the up, and one more boundary. So that's a second boundary, second consecutive boundary for Rajasthan Royals. Score moves up to 16, and what a good shot that was, right above the fielder. Crucial one for Ajinkya Rahane's confidence as well, and Jason Behrendorff will have to change his length, because length deliveries will get dispatched, especially in the power play overs.
They'll have to make sure that they bowl consistently well, on good lines and on good lengths, and now a quick single there for Rajasthan Royals. Rahane with that single has now moved up to 9. 4 boundaries of this Rajasthan innings so far. The score is 19 for, in fact 17 for no loss right now. At the moment are Rajasthan Royals. Remember, they need 188 required by Rajasthan Royals to go on and win this contest, and at the moment in over number 3 they're 17 for no loss. Another 171 required in 17.4 overs as far as the partnership is concerned. I think they've started off cautiously, but they need to shift gears very quickly before the required run rate shoots well above 10, and then it could be a problem, as Rajasthan, we've seen, do tend to lose a few wickets in the middle overs. Sun settling in and in Mumbai, and the floodlights are starting to take a little bit of effect, as Butler now drives one beautifully over mid-off, in fact over long off for a 6, effortless.
I didn't get the feeling that would go for a 6, but what a shot, what a well-timed shot that was by England's Josh Butler, and this just signifies that this wicket is the perfect one for a batsman, and what a shot that was. Brilliant shot, and he would be seeing the replay when he goes back to the hotel on a countless number of occasions. That too against an Australian, it just makes it even more special for Josh Butler. What a shot that by Josh Butler. The score moves on to 23 with that big 6. Oh yes, of within 2.3 overs. Ajinkya Rahane is on 9 of 8 deliveries. Josh Butler on the other end is on 14 of 7. And talking about the runs in this over, 12 runs have come from 4 balls. 2 deliveries remain. Score moves on to 24.
Beautifully timed that shot from Josh Butler. It was a length delivery outside off, and he just went through with the shot through the line and middled it beautifully. Did Josh Butler, getting that 6 in of the third delivery. We've got Smith and Sanjay Samson to come in, and after that Rahul Tripathi, Liam Livingston, Krishnappa Gautam, Jofra Archer, Jaydev Unnadkar, Shreyas Gopal and Dhaval Kulkarni. So that's the remaining of the batting lineup for Rajasthan Royals, as now a poor delivery from Behrendorff has been punished. Flicks one away through towards the fine leg fence for 4. You cannot bowl on the pads if your fine leg fielder is in the 30-yard circle, and Behrendorff erred in that and is screamed away for a beautiful boundary of the bat of Ajinkya Rahane. He moves up to 13, does Rahane, as a poor delivery from Behrendorff in line with the leg stump, and easy pickings for Rahane.
You do not ball on the legs to the Indian batsmen because they will flick you for boundaries, and that is what exactly Ajinkya Rahane did over there. The score moves on to 28, and now Ajinkya Rahane also looking in really good form. Khalid Memon with an opinion over here stating that Mumbai Indians lost their way in the middle overs, otherwise the score would have been above 200, and I do agree with that. There was a phase when in 24 deliveries 24 runs had come and 2 wickets were lost. If it wasn't for Hardik Pandya towards the end, then I think even this target would have been a long distance for them, but Hardik Pandya had done it again for them again. And talking about Pawan Nayak, he thinks that Rajasthan Royals will be the winners. Khalid Menon feels that 20 runs too short Mumbai Indians. Mandeep Singh is also present with us, asking us about why this video doesn't have a scorecard. So it is due to a technical glitch that we do not have it, but we will be back with it soon. Nadeem, Furki, Bablu Khan, Ashutosh Sharma and Priyanka Patel also with us. The score is on 28 for the loss of no wicket as of now, and 3 overs have been bowled, and it might be Azari Joseph or Jasprit Bumrah. I think it would be wise to bring in Jasprit Bumrah just to stop the run rate a bit.
Yes, I think Jasprit Bumrah will give them wickets as well. He is that kind of a bowler who picks up early wickets, and if he does that now, it will be good for Mumbai Indians. 3 overs gone, 28 for no loss at the moment, Rajasthan Royals, and after a slow start, as we said, like for Mumbai in the first 2 overs, they've come back and gotten a few runs in this third over from Jason Beno. Rahul Chahar has been given the ball, the leg spinner, the young boy who's got only into his 7th IPL match. He's got 4 wickets, and he will come in and bowl and straight away turn for young Rahul Chahar. His brother Deepak plays for Chennai Super Kings. He's impressing there, and for about time the younger brother, obviously cousin brothers, but brother in the same family, they will be hoping to pick up a wicket or so as well. Required run rate now around 9.5 as Butler picks up a single through towards a long off. The score moves up to 29 for no loss for Rajasthan Royals.
Ajinkya Rahane moves to 13, and Josh Butler with that single moves to 16 of 10 deliveries. Both of the batsmen have faced 10 deliveries each, and Rahul Chahar, make no mistake, had taken the big wicket of Johnny Bairstow as well, Josh Butler's compatriot, so he might have an edge against Josh Butler as well over here. But we do know if there is someone who knows how to dispatch spinners, it is Josh Butler, but he has had his fair share of problems against his spinners as well. Talking about Rashid Khan, he has dominated Butler by taking his wickets on 3 different occasions. Talking about Rahane, he has swept that with grace, but there is a fielder standing at deep in wicket. Hardik Pandya is that fielder, so just the 1 run taken, a good over so far by Rahul Chahar. 2 runs coming of the 3 deliveries. Score moves on to 30 for the loss of no wicket. 3.3 overs have been bowled, and Rahul Chahar has been turned out to be a really good addition for Rohit Sharma and his men. And you can see the captaincy in the previous game. Azari Joseph wasn't given 2 overs, and instead of him it was Hardik Pandya who was given the additional 2 overs. So I don't think Mumbai will be having that problem in this game.
Well, you were talking about how Josh Butler has struggled against the leg spinners since 2016. He's been dismissed 17 times by the leg spinners as he now goes for the reverse sweep, wrapped in the pad, a huge appeal. He's very confident, is Chahar. He wants a review. The umpire has said not out. Rohit listens to the young boy and says, fine, I'll back you here, young man. And he's gone for the reviews. He's saying it was the googly, it was pitching and turning in, and Butler went for the reverse sweep. Original decision not out here. Will this turn into an opening wicket, a big wicket for Mumbai Indians? It wasn't a no ball, so that's 1 tick in the box for young Rahul Chahar. Have to wait and see where was the impact. Was there an inside edge? No, it wasn't. I think the impact will probably rule it in the favour of the batsman, as it will be umpire's call. But first it will be the ultra edge technology that will be used, and nope, no inside edge, no glove, so that's fine. Now where was that pitching, where was that hitting, and where was that going? That's the question now. If it's pitching in line outside the off stump, that's fine. Impact umpire's call just outside the off stump and is going on to hit the stumps, although he will remain not out, but the review will be retained for Mumbai Indians because of the fact that the impact was outside the line of off stump.
So it was a good review taken by the Mumbai Indians because they knew that they had nothing to lose. It was hitting the stumps, but the impact was outside. So a good over by Rahul Chahar so far. 4 deliveries, both almost gotten over of Joss Butler, and just 2 runs coming off of it. And you could see that Rohit Sharma was arguing with Quinton de Kock, my friend, he's a part of your team. He didn't say anything. He was saying that he's out. But the impact was just outside. Had the impact been inside, then he had to walk back to the dugout. But the score moves on to 31 without single. It was leg buys eventually. Rahul Chahar just giving 3 runs and coming back to the comments section. Abhay Pratap is here with us supporting Chennai Super Kings. So his team will be featuring tomorrow. Khalid Menon, Shweta Badigar and Omar Ahmad, Durgesh Sahul saying that this is really good commentary. Tanya Kaur and Rajni is asking us the score. So the score is 31 for no loss in 4 overs, and Rahul Chahar was really close of getting his first wicket of the game and even Mumbai's first wicket, but it wasn't to be. 32 without single. 3.5 overs have been bowled and a good over by Rahul Chahar.
Absolutely a good over, almost got the wicket there. Saved by Whisker was Joss Butler in the end. Tight over from the youngster, the right arm leg spinner, and he's making sure that finding runs, getting runs isn't easy for Rajasthan Royals. 4 overs gone, it's 32 for no loss, going at about 8 and over. The required run rate is 9.75 for Rajasthan Royals from here on. In the remaining 16 overs, they need 156 to win. So a dot ball here, and that will go up to 10. A couple of dot balls in fact, and that required run rate will go up to 10 runs and over, and that will be difficult task to achieve considering they have to do it consistently for a period of 16 years. Doable in the last 2 to 3 overs, but for 16 overs I think that will be a bit difficult unless Joss Butler and Rahane have something to say about it.
And if you talk about Ajinkya Rahane, then he enjoys batting against the Mumbai Indians, having a batting average of 40.53, close to 41 in the IPL against MI. In the 15 innings against Mumbai Indians, Rahane has scored 527 runs with 450, so you cannot take Rahane lightly over here. And he scored 257 runs from only 7 innings against Mumbai Indians at the Wankhede with an average of 42. So he enjoys it even more when he is batting at the Wankhede Stadium with 250s under his belt. Only Virat Kohli has scored more runs in the IPL against Mumbai Indians. So you could just see Virat Kohli tops the list when it comes to scoring runs against MI, and second it's Ajinkya Rahane. So this is another wicket they should take.
Absolutely loves batting against Mumbai Indians, and now he slices one over the infield. That will go towards deep extra cover. Diving effort there, but the ball will win the race. Goes towards the fence for 4. Boundary for Ajinkya Rahane. Moves up to 19 of 13 deliveries, and a foolish delivery with on offer from Alzari Joseph, and that was played over the infield by Rahane, and despite there being a sweeper cover, timed well enough to collect that boundary.
Well, it's just a good wicket. You just need to time the ball and it will rush to the boundary. The Wankhede doesn't have the longest of boundaries, and that's another 4 for Rahane. He moves on to 19 after facing 13 balls, and Butler is on 16 of 12 deliveries. 36 for no loss with that 4. 4.1 overs have been bowled. Alzari Joseph bowling his second over of the innings, and that might be, yes, it is in good piece of fielding on the deep. I think it was just Preet Bumrah, was it? We just have to see who it was, and no, it was Krunal Pandya. Good fielding by Krunal Pandya. That could have been another 4, but 2 runs restricted by the field over there. 38. The score is dumb. Tamang feels that MI will be winning this match. Shweta asking us the score. Then the score is 38. For no loss. Love Kush with us as Ashutosh Sharma, Khalid Menon, and saying that it is a small ground and it is a fast outfield, which will always be preferable for the team batting second. Well, so far so good for Rajasthan. They will not be looking to lose a wicket anytime soon.
Well, it's 38 for no loss after 4.3 overs, and Alzari Joseph bowling his second over has gone for 14 runs without picking up a wicket, and which was a more important match-winning performance. Was it the 6 for 12 by Joseph for Mumbai against Sunrisers, or the 83 by Pollard against Kings 11 Punjab in the previous match. So, well, for me, I think it was the Pollard innings that was more important than obviously the 6 for 12 also equally impressive. But I think it was very, very difficult for Mumbai to win that contest had Pollard not gotten those runs. And in the meantime, Rahane slogs one over deep mid-wicket. Maximum 6 for Ajinkya Rahane. 27 is what he's gone on.
What a shot that was by Ajinkya Rahane, getting into his touch, 44 for no loss. And if you just look at the shot on replay, and yes, he just waited for that ball to come on the bat, and what a good wicket, like I've been saying, it came on the up and just clobbered it across mid-wicket. A perfect shot that we would have hit in elementary school, because that is the ideal shot that anyone would play. But what a shot that was, 74 meters, 27 he moves on to of 16 deliveries. Butler on the other end is being made to watch. He's on 16 of 12, and another beautiful shot by Rahane, and there's no stopping him now. He guides it to third man, a bouncer delivered by him, and Alzari Joseph is in all sorts of trouble with that boundary. It moves on to 48, the scoreboard in 4.5 overs. Mumbai Indians seem to be in trouble.
16 runs off this over already, couple of boundaries in his six, shot his delivery, and he arches his body backwards, does Ajinkya Rahane. He opens the face of the bat and guides it over the wicketkeeper and the non-existent slip cordon, and one bounce and into the fence for 4. Rohit can only afford to smile. He knows how talented Rahane is. He's obviously played a lot of cricket with him in India colours, and now 16 of this over. Joseph has gone for 24, a little bit more expensive than he was in the previous game against Kings 11 Punjab. 48 for no loss after 4.5 overs as the final ball is tucked away for a single. 5 overs gone, it's 49 for no loss. Decent speed from Joseph, 145.2 k's an hour, but he'll probably be happy to trade the pace for some economy.
I think the middle overs, when the spinners would come in of Krunal Pandya and Rahul Chahar might be the turning point for Mumbai Indians, because we saw that clearly there was tone on this wicket, and it also has bounce. And keeping in mind that Josh Buttler does struggle against spin, I think it is important for Rajasthan Royals and for Ajinkya Rahane to take most of the strike when the spinner comes in, because Josh Butler's wicket will be a big one for Mumbai Indians. The score is 49 for no loss in 5 overs. And coming back to the comment section, Imam Kushal DJ supporting Mumbai Indians, Ashish also supporting Mumbai Indians. There are a lot of people here joining with us. Pavan Kumar Sonia sharing his sentiments for Yuvraj Singh. He's not in the team, but he did make an impact in the first 2 games. Bilal Khan saying hello. Score is 49 for no loss in 5 overs. After this will be the final over for the power play, and the strategic timeout will also be available. Now the question is if Rohit Sharma will take that timeout to break the momentum a bit, and Jasprit Bumrah will be bowling the final over of the power play, and I think there might be a wicket coming anytime soon.
Well, Jasprit Bumrah, he has been given the responsibility to get the wicket, but what a shot that from Rahane. Leans into that beautiful cover drive between cover and extra cover. Boundary. Welcome to the bowling crease. Jasprit Bumrah, 50 up for Rajasthan Royals, 53 for no loss, and pure timing, pure class that from Ajinkya Rahane.
What a beautiful shot that was. In the previous over, we saw him go for the mid-wicket region, playing a cross-barrel shot that went for a 6, and in the next over, very next over, we saw a copybook cover drive by Rahane, and such is the class of the Mumbai-based batsman who is playing for the Rajasthan Royals. And if you look at the comparison between the two teams, then it was identical in 5.1 overs. The score of the Mumbai Indians was also 53, while Rajasthan Royals are also on 53. So it's pretty much even Stevens. Anything can happen, and Josh Buttler finally gets a ball to face, and it's been quite a while. 54 for no loss in 5.2 overs.
He's on 16 of 12 deliveries is Josh Buttler. Started off good, but then he's been away from the strike for a while as Ajinkya Rahane has hogged it, and he's done a good job with it as well, scoring those runs, scoring those quick boundaries as well. Ajinkya Rahane. Over number 6 in progress at the moment, and it is 54 for no loss Rajasthan Royals. Couple of deliveries bowled as Bumrah now gets the leading edge in the air, but short of mid-off. No problem there for Buttler as far as losing his wicket was concerned. And that's what happens when a batsman stays away from the strike for a long time. You lose your timing, you lose your eyesight, and then when you're again at the strike, you will take a delivery or two to get settled in. But what a good ball. Quick, fast delivery from Jasprit Bumrah. Although I think poor shot selection, could have just worked it away on the onside behind square rather than playing it on towards the front and towards mid-on. Again, cramping in for room, Bumrah, he does that very well.
54 for no loss, and let me tell you, Jasprit Bumrah has had his fair share of success against Jos Buttler as well. Not in the IPL so often, but when he plays for the Indian cricket team, 54 for no loss in 5.4 overs, and it is a good batting surface over here. Kareem S feels that Rahane is getting ready for the World Cup squad selection for the number 4 position. So you never know, anything is quite possible. We saw Ambati Raidu playing really well the day before yesterday, and then it was KL Rahul, and now it's Ajinkya Rahane. So it's Rishabh Pant also played a really good knock yesterday. So it's anyone's position, I might say. And with that boundary, Jos Buttler moves on to 20 or 15. What a shot that was, a short delivery, just pulls it with perfection. Mumbai Indians seem to be in a problem over here because the score moves on to 58 after that boundary for no loss. 2 deliveries yet to be bowled in this over, and what a good shot that was, Baba.
Well, he could have just gone for that shot a couple of deliveries ago as well, but on that occasion, ready for that was Jos Buttler on the back foot, pulls it away and collects a boundary. Second boundary of this over for Jasprit Bumrah. Ajinkya Rahane started the over with a glorious drive, and now he's been pulled away for 4 towards the square leg. 58 for no loss Rajasthan Royals as Bumrah comes into both the final delivery of the power play, going for the Yorker, but Buttler will collect a single, and with that it's 6 overs gone. 59 for no loss. Strategic timeout now available. Will they take it? Well, will they? And yes, they have. So strategic timeout has been taken. 6 overs gone. It's 59 for no loss Mumbai Indians, and they are chasing 188 to win. So stay tuned to Cricket Lounge and Sports Flashes. It's 59 for no loss in the chase of 188. Mumbai Indians scored, the target is 158, and RR are 59 for no loss. We will be back after a short break. You stay tuned to Cricket Lounge and Sports Flashes.
Catch all the cricketing action and complete drama at one click of your phone.
Does that. Smack again onside, being peppered. Consecutive boundaries.
Don't miss. Download the app now. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Sports Flashes.
One station filled with full football fever.
Thinks about the shot, will go for it, and will plant an absolute cracker into the corner to put the icing on what is a very sweet tasting cake for Manchester City.
And you are just one click away.
Sergio Aguero.
Oh, that's vicious! Unstoppable!
Download Sports Flashes app or visit www.sportsflashes.com. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Sports Flashes.
You are listening to Sports Flashes live. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. This is Sports Flashes live.
Sports Flashes.
It's time for Indian T20 Showdown. Stay tuned to Sports Flashes.
Sports Flashes.
You are listening to Sports Flashes live.
Kohli finishes off in style. A magnificent strike into the crowd. India lift the World Cup. Pulls it back. Here's Ronaldo for the hat-trick. And Cristiano Ronaldo does it again.
Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. You are tuned into Sports Flashes Radio.
And
And what a performance by the number 3 seed Simon Awell, who tomorrow will contest a third All-England semi-final.
Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Sports Flashes.
This is Sports Flashes Live.
The flying Finn from Helsinki is on his last lap, looking magnificently good for his 20th World Championship win.
Download Sports Flashes app or visit www.sportsflashes.com. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Sports Flashes.
You are listening to Sports Flashes Live. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Sports Flashes. The strategic timeout has come to an end, and with that the opening partnership has also come out to an end because Ajinkya Rahane has just lost his wicket on Krunal Pandya's over. It was his very first over, and Rahane tried slog sweeping it, and it went straight into the hands of square leg Surya Kumar Yadav for a comfortable catch. He departs for 37. The score is 60 for the loss of one wicket, and that was a crucial wicket for the Mumbai Indians, and were joined in with Karthik Sinha, and what a big wicket that will be for Mumbai.
Absolutely, the partnership is broken. Rahane was looking good, he's gone, and now it's Sanju Samson who's the new man in. However, it will be good to see how Sanju Samson now proceeds with this innings, more than 2,000 runs in IPL. Butler on strike, he'll have the responsibility now of scoring some quick runs. All smiles, Krunal Pandya after picking up that wicket. Rahane going for that slog sweep, top edging one. Surya Kumar Yadav making absolutely no mistake. Very well judged catch that, and that wicket although was followed up wide. Now a single, so 3 of this over, but more importantly the opening stand has been broken, and it is Ajinkya Rahane who's out for 37 of 21 deliveries. Royals 62 for the loss of 1 wicket. Now 126 more required of 80 deliveries at Wali. That required run rate is closing into 9.5 now.
Absolutely, so that's why Jos Buttler's wicket will be even more important for both of them, because if Jos Buttler hangs in there for 7 or 8 more overs, then Rajasthan Royals will cruise beyond the target, but it will be very important for Mumbai Indians to take that big wicket, because they know how dangerous the England international can prove out to be. Sanju Samson meanwhile just paddle sweeps Pandya on the very next deliveries, and successfully takes 2 runs. Score moves on to 64 with that in 6.5 overs. Samson scores on 2 of 1 delivery, while Butler is on 23 of 19. Krunal Pandya has impressed so far, 5 runs coming off his first 5 deliveries, and 1 big wicket of the skipper Ajinkya Rahane. 9 required run rate is of 9 as of now, but it can change, especially with the danger man Jos Buttler standing in there with the crease. The over comes to an end, 64 for 1 in 7 overs, and the first strategic timeout, like I was saying, has worked its magic. It did break the momentum of the batsman, and a crucial wicket of Ajinkya Rahane fell at the very right moment for the Mumbai Indians. 64 for 1, and the Wankhede Stadium, the people at the Wankhede Stadium are backing their team to their full potential. Will they be able to win 4 games out of 4? We will see. It's just a matter of a few more overs, and if they do manage to win it, then they might be second on the points table, as Kolkata Knight Riders lost to Delhi Capitals yesterday. They will be level on points with 10 each, but I think the net run rate is much better than the Kolkata Knight Riders. So equally good game, equally important game for Mumbai Indians as well.
Absolutely, I think they're in the top 4, so they would want to remain there. Mumbai Indians, and the win will consolidate that position for a further couple of matches as well. So it's going to be a very important game for both sides. Mumbai would want to win and stay there. Rajasthan would want to bring some spark back in their rather lackluster season so far, with just 1 win coming against Royal Challengers Bangalore. Rahul Chahar, who's bowled 1 over, given away 3 runs, is coming into the attack again to bowl over number 8, as the first delivery is worked away for a single. 65 for 1, and Azari Joseph has been fairly expensive, 2 overs 25. Bernard off 2 overs 20. 1 over 10 for Bumrah, and 1 over 1 wicket 5 for Krunal Pandya. And now it is Rahul Chahar, 1.1 overs, no wicket though, but he's only given away 4 runs. Since the spinners have come in, it's become a little difficult to score runs freely, and that's the reason why the batsmen trying to manufacture a shot or two perished, and that was Ajinkya Rahane. And Samson now also looking a bit iffy, a bit edgy, but getting the singles nonetheless. And after 7.2 overs, Mumbai were still without loss. They were 59 for no loss. Rajasthan Royals have got 7 runs more, but they have more importantly lost the wicket of Ajinkya Rahane. 24 is what Buttler is on at the moment of 20 deliveries. Very important to this that Buttler stays for a very long time and gets stuck in as well, and he does so. Over long gone. Has he got enough? Of course he has. A maximum.
What a shot that was by Jos Buttler, putting the pressure back on Rahul Chahar. He had bowled a good over previously, just 4 runs coming off of it, but with that 6 he moves on. Rahul Chahar's spell moves on to 11 runs, and what a beautiful shot that was. Only Jos Buttler could do that to you. 66 for 1 in 7.2 overs. Had tossed it up and Buttler made no mistake in freeing his arms, went over long on. He moves on to 24 of 20 delivery. Samson is on 3. His score, the total score is on 72 for the loss of 1 wicket after 7.3 overs, and a good comeback by Rahul Chahar, a dot delivery, and there's a hint of turn on the wicket, so he might be able to take a wicket or two for Mumbai Indians if he does keep bowling a good line and length, but Buttler has just dispatched him towards the mid-wicket region for just 1 run.
Well, that'll be a single taking Rajasthan Royals up to 73 for 1. 9 of this over from Rahul Chahar, 3 singles and a massive 6 of the bat of Buttler. Buttler is on 31 of 23 deliveries, and he needs to get stuck in, does Buttler. There's a man at short third man, backward point, an extra cover in the 30-yard circle on the offside, and there's a man in the 30-yard on the onside as well. But a dot ball there to end the over, and with that it's a good over for Rajasthan Royals with 9 runs coming from it. 73 for the loss of 1 wicket after the end of 8 overs. Now 115 more required by Rajasthan Royals.
And it was a good over until that 6. Rahul Chahar will not be too discouraged with that, because he would want Jos Buttler to go as maximum, to go for the big shots as much as possible, because of one top hit and that could lead you to a wicket, and that is exactly what happened with Jos Buttler in the previous game against Chennai. He went and struck 3 boundaries on the trot in Shardul Thakur's over, and on the 4th delivery he went for another shot which caught the top edge and for a comfortable catch to the fielder Amati Raidu. But there is no stopping Jos Buttler as of now, because he's come down the track on Krunal Pandya's very first delivery of the second over and smashed another 6 over mid-wicket. His score moves on to 37. It went at a very... It was really flat by Buttler. The score moves on to 80 with that shot, and what a beautiful shot that was.
Once again, delightful timing there from Jos Buttler. Good use of the feet, quickly dances down the track and plays that 73 meters into the crowd for a maximum. Another 6 here for Buttler, and this time he drives one away towards wide-ish long off, but only a single. 4 sixes and 9 fours for Rajasthan Royals so far in this innings. 38 is what Buttler has moved on to. The score moves up to 80 for the loss of 1 wicket. And still in striking distance as far as the current run rate and the required run rate is concerned. Not much difference between them, going at the same knot are Rajasthan Royals. An important day for Sanju Samson as well to play a good partnership here and be part of a good partnership and make sure that they score these 2 decent runs and a quick pace, and make sure that they see Rajasthan Royals as close to that target of 188 as possible. 107 more required from here on as Buttler looks to go big again, this time over long off for another 6.
What a shot. If the first shot was good, then you have to look at this one, because he just stood there and he made actually I think he used 50% of his power for that shot. It was all timing, if I may say, and the bottom hand comes into play. What a shot that was by Jos Buttler. Krunal Pandya has now been struck for 2 sixes in this over. In the previous over of his, he got the important wicket of Rahane, but Buttler putting him under the pumper, and he could have gone for another one, but he mistimed it this time around. Takes a single. Buttler moves on to 45 with that, and the total score moves on to 88. What a brilliant knock by Jos Buttler so far in Rajasthan. For Rajasthan's fans, it will be really important that Buttler stays right to the end.
Absolutely. 100 now more required as the final delivery of over number 9 is worked away towards mid-wicket, 89 for 1 after 9 overs. That means 66 deliveries remaining, 11 overs and 99 required. Exactly 9 runs an over needed from here on. Quite possible, quite doable in modern day cricket, especially when you have 9 wickets remaining. And Butler is looking in good nick. He's timing the ball well. He's getting those clean hits out of the park as well. And as you said, Wally, if he stays there till the end, won't be surprised if Rajasthan Royals do go on and win this contest. But for them, he will have to bat very, very well for Butler to go on and bat till the very end. And he does need support from the other batsmen, like the one out there right now in Sanju Samson.
What a brilliant knock it is by Josh Butler, 45, and he's made a habit of scoring 50s in the IPL, and he's so consistently done it that you start to question why doesn't he have 100 now, because out of his last 11 innings he has 8 50s, so you can just see the sheer consistency that this man holds. But coming back to the game, this time is Sanju Samson showing his class. Jason Behrendorff came to bowl his third over of the game. Plays an inside out shot and a one bounce boundary. What a shot that was by Sanju Samson. 93 for 1 is the total score now.
Was asking Behrendorff, do you want a man at long off or not? There was a length delivery once again through the line on the up from Sanju Samson. Good timing there. Knew that all he had to do was clear the infield, and he did so with ease. So boundary there takes the score to 93 now for 1. 10 fours and 5 sixes so far in this innings from Rajasthan Royals, as Sanju Samson is now timing the ball well. He's on 9 of 8 deliveries, and after 9.2 overs, Mumbai were 83 for 1 and Rajasthan Royals are 93 for 1. Mumbai were 83 for no loss. So 10 runs more is what Rajasthan Royals have got, and this is where Mumbai lost their way a bit. So it certainly is advantage Rajasthan Royals at the moment with 9 wickets in hand. Butler will hold the key. He's on 45 of 27 deliveries, and as you said, he's got so many half centuries. Has he got 100? No. So would love for him to get 100. Yes or no? Misfield there from Jasprit Bumrah, but in the end they don't take an extra run off the misfield.
93 for 1 in 9.3 overs. It has been a good comeback by Behrendorff after being struck for a boundary in the very first delivery. 2 dot balls by him, and 2.3 overs he's bowled, 24 runs conceded, no wicket taken so far. Samson is on 9, Butler is on 45 of 27 deliveries, and the score is on 93 for 1. Coming back to the comments, Malhami Sekar is asking for the score, so it's 93 for 1 in 9.1 overs, and with that wide it will be 94 for 1. Praveen Kumar wanting Jasprit Bumrah to get back to bowling. Praveen Kumar also pleading that Josh Butler should be getting out really soon. Praveen Kumar is, yes, a lot of comments of Praveen Kumar. Sudarshan Kunara, Dinesh Rathod and Balacharan Ganjan Patel, Raksa Patel is supporting Mumbai, also saying that it is guaranteed that Mumbai will win, and Khalid Memon saying that Chahar is a really good bowler.
Well, he certainly is, young Rahul Chahar. In fact, both Chahars, Deepak Chahar as well, has impressed. In the meantime, well, quick run there, putting the field under pressure, and that pressure working for Rajasthan Royals. A slight misfield there by Rahul Chahar at backward point, allowing them to complete the single with ease. Samson now on a run ball 10, while Rajasthan are 95 for the loss of 1 wicket. At this point, after 9.4 overs, Mumbai were 91 for no loss. So this is where they picked up. Rohit Sharma got that massive 6 and a 4, and after that he dismissed off the bowling of Alzari Joseph, playing one straight down the throat of Josh Butler at long on. 6 of this over, 1 wide, a single and a boundary. Behrendorff has been a bit expensive today, 26 for none in the 4.2 or 2.4 overs his ball, and in fact another poor delivery down the leg side, flicked away. Will that get to the fence? Yes, it will. Another boundary here for Rajasthan Royals, taking the score up to 99 for the loss of 1 wicket. And Butler, well, has that been given as a leg bye? I think it has been, but no problem there for Rajasthan Royals as long as they're getting the runs.
As long as the runs keep on coming, it's not a problem for Josh Butler, because he's made a habit of scoring those 50s. He will get there. He will get there eventually. A poor delivery by Jason Behrendorff. It was towards the leg side region. He just deflected it. I think there was a slight edge towards there, but the umpire failed to notice that. And yes, with that single by Butler, no, it was not leg byes. It was given about it
off the bat.
And with that single, he now moves on to 50.
So what a brilliant knock, and with that single, I think Rajasthan will also move on to 100. Yes, so 100 for Rajasthan and a 50 for Josh Butler, and what a well-constructed innings by the England international. Amazing.
Absolutely, started off a bit slowly and weren't sure what to do, but then they got those runs very quickly with the likes of Rahane and Josh Butler doing a good job. But then Rahane is dismissed, but Butler's continued the good work. His half century is complete, 50 of just 29 deliveries, and he's got half the runs that Rajasthan Royals have scored so far. 100 for 1 after 10 overs, so going at 10 and over. Now in the final 10, they need 88 more to win, so that's 8.8, the required run rate from here on.
And it's quite doable because in the last 10 overs we've seen more than 100 runs being struck, so 88 should be a walk in the park for Rajasthan Royals. But you do know the quality that Mumbai Indians have in their bowling lineup. They've got Alzari Joseph, Jasprit Bumrah, Rahul Chahar, Hardik Pandya could also bowl in a few overs, and Krunal Pandya too. So it's never over till the last ball is bowled, especially in the IPL. 100 for 1 in 10 overs. The run rate is of 10, and it is well above the required run rate. The required run rate is of 8. So Butler doing all the damage, and Jasprit Bumrah comes back. The first over was slightly expensive, 10 runs in that first over, and he is given a role of taking the important wicket of Butler. Will he be able to do that? Only time will tell, but Butler hangs on after scoring yet another IPL 50. Man, does he love batting in the Indian Premier League.
Absolutely.
4 boundaries and 4 sixes.
4 boundaries, 4 sixes, 50 of just 30 deliveries, although Bumrah came into the attack and he's beaten him of the very first delivery. So appeal coming in from Bumrah, and only Jasprit Bumrah, nobody else. And I think more of an optimistic appeal there from Jasprit Bumrah to try and pick up that wicket of Josh Butler. Match number 27, first match of the day. Later in the day today, we'll have Kings 11 Punjab taking on Royal Challengers Bangalore in Mohali. Once again, wonderfully timed that with ease towards deep extra cover, and another couple of runs for Josh Butler. He's on 52 now as Rajasthan Royals move up to 102 for the loss of 1 wicket.
10.2 overs have been bowled. Sanju Samson is on 10 while Butler is on 52 of 31, and if he stays for the next 5 or 6 overs, then it's all over for the Mumbai Indians. But the required run rate is of 8, and like I said, the current run rate is at 10. Bumrah bowling his third delivery. What a good knock this has been by Josh Butler, and he has done it ever so frequently for Rajasthan. Even in the previous game, he scored a quick 525 odd runs. He miscued a ball because of which he got out. Otherwise, he would have scored another 50. And he's been such a talking point for Rajasthan Royals. There has been talks of Ben Stokes, Jaydev Unadkar being the $1 million babies, but it is this guy who should be accustomed to that price tag, I guess.
Absolutely, I think his performance is 69, 59, 37, 23, 52 not out. The only 2 innings that he missed out was after he was mankered by Ashwin, and he did say that his mind was somewhere else. He was disturbed, lost his focus, but after that he's once again been scoring bulk of runs for Rajasthan Royals. Single-handedly dragged them to the playoffs last season as well, did Josh Butler, and today as well he's doing the same. 52 of 32 as Bumrah bowls a slow delivery, and will that be a chance of a run out? Just a single picked up there, and the score will move on to 103 for the loss of 1 wicket. Much better over this from Jasprit Bumrah compared to the last one. Gave away 10 runs in the previous over. Now he's just given away 3 of the first 4 deliveries, and well, it was a slow delivery. I think it was a bit too slow.
It was a really good piece of fielding, you'll have to say, by Rohit Sharma, who was at covers, because had he missed that, then that would have been another boundary. And if you look at Jasprit Bumrah's delivery to Butler, he bowled a slower one to Josh Butler. It wasn't really with perfection, and because of that he thought that it will be a waist high no ball, but it was that slow that it actually dipped, and it almost went towards his hip, because of which he was enticed to play the shot, and 1 run successfully taken over there. 103 for the loss of 1 wicket is a score in 10.4 overs. Sanju Samson is on 10, and Josh Butler is on 53 of 33. Bumrah has bowled a good over so far, just 3 runs coming off the 5 deliveries, 1 more ball remaining, and 13 runs have been conceded by him in 2 overs.
Well, a good comeback this by Jasprit Bumrah after conceding all those runs. And as far as the most runs in the IPL is concerned, Butler has now moved up to the 5th spot, and he's got a good chance of moving up to the 4th as well. He's got 252 runs. Top of the list is David Warner with more than 350 runs under his belt. 103 for 1 as Bumrah's final delivery is a dot ball. So a good over from Bumrah, just 3 runs off it, 2 overs, no wickets and 13 runs. And as that's a direct hit, is there a chance of a run out there? Doesn't seem so, as the batsman was back in the safety of his crease. So 11 overs gone, 103 for the loss of 1 wicket.
Yes, and 9 more overs left after this. Rahul Chahar is also there, and his over will be quite crucial according to me. 2 overs left from his end, but Krunal Pandya was sent to the cleaners when he came on to bowl his second over. So Rohit Sharma will have to show some cunningness with his captaincy, which was missing, while Kieron Pollard was leading the team in his absence in the previous game versus the Kings 11 Punjab. And it is really important for the Mumbai Indians to keep taking on the wickets at regular intervals, especially when it's Joss Butler at one end. He is turning out to be a real threat for them, and he might be able to cause a loss in momentum for Mumbai, because they have won 3 games on the trot, and losing this game might derail their chances while going ahead. Rahul Chahar comes into bowl the first delivery, and there is a big 6 struck by Joss Butler once again, dancing down the track, and he goes for the big heave and over long on the second tier of the Wankhede. What a shot that was, and the strategy is pretty clear by Joss Butler. No matter how good of a bowler you are, I am going to counter attack you.
Flighty delivery, sees that early, comes down the track and right off the middle of the bat. Boom! Over the bowler's head and onto the right of the side screen for a maximum 86 meter long. That's 6, as the next delivery comes in from Chahar. A very awkwardish angle, but in the end a single there. Started from the umpire's right, then came in diagonally between the umpire and the wicket, and then delivered from right arm over the wicket. Rahul Chahar as a leg spinner. Unbelievable that. I'm not sure I've seen that a lot, but a single nonetheless for Butler takes him to 60 of 35 deliveries. 110 for 1, and as always you can see one stand just full of school kids, and that's an initiative that the owners of Mumbai Indians take and do. I think it's a wonderful gesture, getting the youth involved in the game as well, as now almost played it on did Sanju Samson, but lucky he's still out there and survived.
And there's an interesting comment over here for you, Karthik, but before that we'll have to come back to the game, because there's a big 6 struck by Sanju Samson, and Sunil Nathani says that Karthik Bhaiya reminds me of Tony Greig, so that's a really big compliment. I also said that a day before yesterday that Mr. Tony Greig, I'll be seeing you tomorrow. And Jai Singh Jadhav is also here with us, asking us why there's no Hindi feed. There is a Hindi feed on our Sports Flashes channel. Do look into it. It's written in Hindi as well, so please do look into it. And with that 6 from Sanju Samson, the score moves on to 116 for 1. What a shot that was, inside out. It was a full toss and gave it the proper punishment. 13 runs coming off the over, and Rahul Chahar also being put under pressure. Rohit Sharma is running out of ideas. If he do not get a wicket within the next 2 to 3 overs, I think it might be curtains for Mumbai Indians.
Well, they've certainly wanted the wicket of Joss Butler, that's for sure, but even a Sanju Samson's wicket would do well. A 71 are required of 49 deliveries. Intelligent cricket this, as they've got 2 sixes in the over, and now they're just nudging the ball around and picking up singles. 15 of this over, and it's 12 overs gone. Continues to be a good run chase there by Rajasthan Royals, as they are testing Mumbai Indians bowlers' resolve. 11.5 overs, 12 gone now, and 118 for 1. 70 needed of the final 8 overs, and the form Joss Butler is in, still quite possible. Last 3 overs 29 runs, and last 5 overs they scored 54 runs of the duo of Joss Butler and Sanju Samson. They've already gone past their half century mark as far as the partnership is concerned. 58 of just 34 deliveries. Butler will retain strike with that single of the final delivery. He is on 61, while Sanju Samson is on 17 at the moment of 15 deliveries. Rahul Chahar has bowled 3 overs, no wickets, and 27 is what he's given away. While from the other end, Bumrah bowled a good tight over, while giving away 10 in the first. For the previous over, another tight one, just 3 off it. So 2 overs, none for 13. Figures for Jasprit Bumrah as well.
But you can see Rajasthan Royals are doing what Mumbai Indians missed it's the middle overs where they're targeting, and had Mumbai Indians continued a good run in the middle overs as well, then their score would have been well beyond 200. But Joss Butler getting back to business as usual. That's another six struck this time to the Caribbean lad Joseph. There was a full toss and he just sends it back, stand and deliver. What a shot! The score moves on to 124 for the loss of 1 wicket, and Rohit Sharma seems disappointed. Zahir Khan, the bowling coach, seems disappointed. Yuvraj Singh also seems pretty much deflated because Joss Butler is Joss Butler's show. Praveen Kumar also asked us what the opening stand was for the Mumbai Indians in the first innings. It was 96 runs between the two, but with the kind of carnage that Joss Butler is bringing, I think there might come a time when we might well forget about their opening partnership.
Absolutely. 67 or just 37 deliveries from Joss Butler. Make it 71 of 38. Another cracking boundary through the offside, and Rohit Sharma says, well, I can't do anything about it as the captain. Another terrific shot from Butler. 71 of 38. 10 runs of the first two deliveries of this over from Alzari Joseph. 128 for one are Rajasthan Royals in this chase, and well, they are in a lot of trouble here, are Mumbai Indians. They certainly need a wicket, and they'd be happy, and they'd prefer it if they get the wicket of Joss Butler. Third man in the 30th circle, along with square leg, backward point and extra cover, as now he cuts one away through towards deep point. Will that be a 4? Yes, it will be. Well, back-to-back boundaries, and before that it was a 6 off the bat of Butler. He's raced away to 75, and he wants to finish this in a hurry. 132 for one Rajasthan Royals. 56 needed now of just 45 deliveries.
I'm pretty sure he's eyeing that positive net run rate. 6-4-4. What batting by Joss Butler. Jay Gharat is here with us supporting Mumbai Indians. Gaurav Munda is also saying today Rajasthan Royals will win well with the kind of form Joss Butler is in. I think it might turn out to be a real possibility. The score is 132 for one Praveen Rana, and she is a big fan of he is a big fan of Mumbai Indians. Unnati Pandey also saying well done Butler. Joseph has been on the expensive side of things. 39 runs conceded in 2.3 overs, and you can see the equation. It's eased off. 56 of just 45 deliveries and 9 wickets still in the bank, and that will be another boundary. He's just toying with Alzari Joseph. It seems like it was a dream that Alzari Joseph got 6 wickets in the first spell, because ever since that spell he's been smashed all over the park.
Yes, he has been. Goes for the Yorker, but way outside off, and Butler just opens the face of the bat, runs it down through to his third man off maybe the thickish outside edge, but that was intentional to play it down to his third man. Maybe not that fine, but collects another boundary. So 6 followed by a hat-trick of boundaries, and Rohit Sharma can only smile there and well, looks fairly helpless. 136 for one. Malinga is sitting at the dugout. He's not clearly very impressed with how Alzari Joseph is leaking runs, and Malinga, I think he'll soon be back in the side as soon as he regains fitness. And another boundary here, 4th on the trot, and once again a similar delivery outside off, and once again opens the face of the bat does Butler, and corrects another boundary through to his third man. 140 for the loss of 1 wicket after 12.5 overs. Now only 48 required of just 43.
What a shot that was. We have seen power by Joss Butler, but now we're just seeing deft touches by him. And was that a sarcastic clap by Rohit Sharma? I'm not so sure. And quite unfortunate for the young West Indies lad, because he is an experienced batsman. Joss Butler, he can hit any of the bowlers in the international cricket as of now with the kind of form he is in, and I think that will be another. Yes, it is a 6, so the over comes to an end, and this has to be the most expensive over of the IPL. 28. No, Dwayne Bravo has bowled an even more expensive, so he just falls 1 run short, but that has to be over. That decides the game, I guess.
28 runs coming off it. Starts with a 6 and ends with a 6, and then between 4 deliveries, all creamed away for boundaries. So it's the Joss Butler show at the Wankhede Stadium at the moment, and he's single-handedly once again guiding Rajasthan Royals to a victory. He's on 89 now, and of just 42 deliveries, 7 4s and 7 6s. So it's taken just 14 deliveries for him to score 70 of the 98 that he has got. 42 to get of 42. Back to run a ball now, and what show of batting this from Butler. Power and finesse both whenever required, and muscling one over mid-wicket of the final ball of the over to get that boundary. Now is a realistic chance for him to go and get his first 100.
I really hope that he does, because with the way that he is batting, I think these might be the final 2 overs of the game, because 28 runs came off this over, but Sanju Samson will be the man to take on the strike, and I think he will be losing his wicket. He went for the big shot, and no, he gets lucky. It falls to no man's land. Rohit Sharma did put in an effort, a full stretch dive, and it falls just ahead of him. So it's all good for Rajasthan Royals. 147 for 1. Sanju Samson survives, and the good news for them is that Josh Butler comes back on strike.
Well, decent effort by Rohit, but lucky for Sanju Samson. I was just going to say that he has thrown his wicket away. There was no need for that shot, but in the end, lucky. But Butler goes big again. Has he got enough on this? I don't think so. He's gone. He's gone in the deep. He's mistimed one from Rahul Chahar. A big wicket for the youngster, and that's the end of Butler, and he will miss out on 100 again. His eyes being 95, only needed 11 to get his first IPL ton, but in the end, he's been caught at long off the bowling of Rahul Chahar, and that's 147 for 2 now. Rajasthan Royals, Butler gone for 89.
What an innings that was. One of the innings of the IPL, 89 of 42, single-handedly dragging Rajasthan Royals to an emphatic win. Rahul Chahar did bowl well. He did get the important wicket of Josh Butler, but is it too little too late? I guess it is, because they've still got 8 wickets in hand. Steve Smith is yet to bat. Rahul Tripathi as well. Sanju Samson there too. Jofra Archer could pick some as well. So I think it is Rajasthan's game to lose, but Mumbai will love to panic the Rajasthan camp by taking another wicket or 2. Talking about the comments section, Manish Doshi was praising Butler with the way he was batting, and he was indeed on fire. Manish, Khalid Memon, Sanjeev Ranka saying that Mumbai is gone. Rajat Vishwal is saying that it's nice. Unnati Pandey and Roshan Roy also saying that Mumbai may still have a chance of winning. Well, it's very difficult, and if they don't keep on picking the wickets, then it will turn out to be very difficult for them.
I think chasing 41 or 40 deliveries with 8 wickets remaining, it's Mumbai's to win and Rajasthan's to lose this contest, but I think the only way that Mumbai can win is pick up the remaining 8 wickets, bowl them out, and then try and win this contest. Apart from that, it's a great knock from Ajinkya Rahane initially, and now Josh Butler. Both the openers now back in the hut. Stephen Smith should be the next man in, and he's fairly experienced. He knows what needs to be done in situations like these. Well, hopefully he can deliver today for Rajasthan Royals. They've got Rahul Tewatia in as well. Tripathi in the bowling lineup, but Sanju Samson says don't worry, I'm there. He drives one away, and in the end almost getting to the fence before Jason Behrendorff slides, stops, slides, then stops the ball. In the end, he has done a decent job. Slides, loses the ball, hits the boundary rope, and then prevents himself from touching, then comes back in the playing field, and then stops it. Excellent presence of mind by the tall Australian fast bowler, and a couple of runs there for Samson. Moves Rajasthan to 149 for 2. Now 39 of 39 again.
3 more balls to be bowled in this over, and Sanju Samson looks so well set. He's on 20. Will it be another couple taken? I guess so. They have taken 2 more runs over here, but good wicket-keeping effort over there. The Bills didn't fall off, and this has been the case of the IPL. He did deflect it to the stumps, Ishan Kishan there, but the Bills did not fall off. Even if they did, I think Sanju Samson was comfortably in. Talking about Steve Smith's IPL career, 76 matches have been played by him with a strike rate of 129.4. He has struck 850s and 100 under his belt, and has scored beyond 30 on 27 different occasions. And you can see he was bowling from behind the crease, well behind the crease, Rahul Chahar to Josh Butler, so that he bowls it at the right leg, and that's exactly what happened. And it also cut off the pace, and that's what hit his top edge, and it was a really easy catch for the long off field. The score moves on to 152. Steve Smith takes a run, and you could see Ishan Kishan does an MS Dhoni, but MS Dhoni usually dislodges the stumps.
Well, I think there's something wrong with the bails in this edition of the IPL. They've been fixed with glue, it seems. Deflected the ball through his gloves onto the stumps, and not a single millimeter of movement from the bails. Last 2.5 overs, 49 runs have come, but they have lost the big wicket of Josh Butler. Have Rajasthan Royals 152 for 2 after 13.5 overs. So another 4.1 overs remaining, and that's 37 remaining and 36 to get here, as Smith, the new man in, opens his account straight away. Classy customer, drives away towards the sweeper cover for a single, and that means that the 7 runs of this over from Chair, 7 runs and a wicket. It's 153 for 2 at the moment are Rajasthan Royals.
31 now runs needed for Rajasthan to secure the second win. 35 runs now needed for Rajasthan to secure the second win of the tournament, the first coming against the Royal Challengers Bangalore. And Steven Smith will want to conclude this game as quick as possible, and with him staying till the end of the wicket, because if they do win in a comprehensive manner, it will be really good for the net run rate as well. It will go on positive. And talking about the comment section, Govind is here with us, Prince Roka and Shiva Thonte saying that Mumbai might still win the match, while Khalid says that the game is over. And the Royals have stunned everyone. Well, more than the Royals, I think it's Butler who has stunned everyone. Steve Smith comes back on strike. Hardik Pandya is bowling his first over, and what does he do? He just late cuts it. 1 run taken. He's off the marker. If you look at the score right now, it's 154 for the loss of 2 wickets. And the points table, even if you look at the points table, Mumbai is in the 3rd position, while Rajasthan are at 7th. So they need to go up the table. 154 for 2, 34 runs now needed of 35 deliveries. How long will Rajasthan take to finish off the game? Let's just see.
I think Rajasthan should not hurry to try and finish the game early, and then in that process lose a couple of wickets and invite more pressure on themselves. They need less than a run a ball, so it's all under control, and avoid losing wickets. A wicket each for Krunal Pandya and Rahul Chahar. Chahar has completed his quota of 4 overs, 34 runs, and picked up a wicket. Over each left for Joseph and Behrendorff, while we've got a couple of overs for Bumrah and and Krunal Pandya as well left in this contest. And obviously Hardik Pandya now being introduced for the first time, and he will be looking to pick up a wicket or 2. Smith, although, is pulled one away for a single there, no problem, and that's exactly what Rajasthan Royals need to do. Continue picking up singles. The closer they get to the target, the more nervous and distraught Mumbai Indians will become, and then obviously they'll have the chance to finish the game off. But what an over that was for Butler. Starts with a 6, then 4 fours, and then ends with a 6 as well. Karan Pollard's got his hands on his face, and Rohit Sharma can only stand there and smile helplessly.
I guess that's the reason why Karan Pollard didn't bowl him in the previous game. He just bowled him 2 overs, and Hardik Pandya was given a rest. But now Hardik Pandya finally comes up and bowls his first over. Another single taken by Sanju Samson, and a lot of fans here with us. Tej Chand feels that Rajasthan Royals will win, and yes, they have a very big possibility of winning this game and the Wankhede. Ishraf Mohammed also with us, supporting the Rajasthan Royals. Prince Roka and Praveen Rana also here with us. 157 for 2 is the score. 2 wickets have been taken. The first one of Ajinkya Rahane, and the latest one of Joss Butler coming in the very last in the recent over of Rahul Chahar. So both the openers walking back to the hut, but they still have a really good batting lineup. The Rajasthan Royals. Samson is on 25 of 21. He seems pretty much settled over there. And Smith also looking to go on with the runs. He's on 4 of 4. With that single, now 30 runs are needed off 31 deliveries. A good over by Hardik Pandya so far, just 5 runs coming off of it, and he will look to conclude it in grand style.
Well, if he gets a wicket, that will be a terrific over for Hardik Pandya. But right now, everything under control as far as Rajasthan Royals are concerned. A very relaxed looking dugout. Steven Smith is the new man on the crease, and he's doing the sensible thing. Single every delivery that he's faced. He knows the situation, very experienced. In fact, was the captain, successful captain of Australia before the whole sandpaper gate happened. But dot delivery there to end the over from Hardik Pandya. 15 overs gone, 158 for the loss of 2 wickets. Now 30 out of 30.
And a good comment by Rajendra Saud says that it's good that if Mumbai Indians lose, because Delhi Capitals can then move up the table. So I also agree to that point, but we have to be neutral over here. So no run taken on the very final delivery of the over.
Well, you just said it, and now you want to be neutral.
I'll be back. I'll be the diplomatic person. I'll be that diplomatic lad. And coming back to the comment section, Tej Chand says that Rajasthan Royals will win. Sunil Notani here with us, Joseph Jadhav supporting Kartike, and Sunil Nathani, supporting Karthikeya Sinha, and
Thank you.
Jai Singh Yadav supporting Rajasthan Royals. Nitish Kumar was saying that Butler was on a roll, and a lot more comments here with this MD Abid, Gaurav Munda saying hello, and Jay Gharat was supporting Mumbai, but it seems that Mumbai will have to do something miraculous, just something as miraculous as what Punjab did against Delhi in order to win this game. Talking about the score, it's 158 for the loss of 2 wickets, and Steve Smith tried to paddle sweep that, but he caught the top edge and has that rush to the boundary. What a quick outfield that was, and
what a useless effort in the field by the fielder, chasing it from third man was Hardik Pandya. I was just running by with the ball side by side and realized, oops, that's gone into the fence for 4. Top edge over the keeper, 4 for Smith.
What a good shot. I wouldn't say that because that was not controlled at all. And you could see Hardik Pandya was looking at, okay, this is the time that I'm going to dive. This is the time I'm going to dive. Ultimately, he doesn't dive at all and gives the all-important boundary on his brothers over that too. I'm sure they will be having a word about that when they go back home. 162 for 2 in 15.2 overs. Samson is on 25 of 22. Steve Smith now has faced 7 deliveries for his 8 runs. 26 runs now needed of 27 balls, and it's just a matter of boundaries, and Rajasthan Royals are well within the range of winning the game. Another paddle sweep by Smith, a single will be taken, and Samson, he's on 25 of 22 deliveries, 163 for 2. 15.5 overs. And talking about the first game, which is about to come to an end, I think the second game might be also filled with surprises. If Rajasthan can surprise Mumbai at Wankhede, I think RCB might be able to do that in Mohali as well.
Well, I certainly want Royal Challengers Bangalore to win. We have been feeling really bad for them. In the meantime, another paddle sweep, this time through towards fine leg of the bat of Samson. He will get another boundary here. So second boundary of the over. They seem like in a rush now, Rajasthan Royals, to go on and get this match done and dusted. 21 now needed of 25 deliveries, and another excellent use of the sweep shot. In fact, just scoops it through the onside. The keeper was appealing for, I don't know what, was Ishan Kishan. And then another boundary takes the score to 167 for the loss of 2 wickets for Rajasthan Royals. What a terrific performance as far as Sanju Samson, Ajinkya Rahane and Josh Butler are concerned, as another single now. This is intelligent batting. This is something Rishabh Pant could learn. Gets a boundary and then the very next delivery dabs it down the ground for a single.
20 now needed of 24 deliveries, 168 for 2 is the score. Sanju Samson is on 30 of 24 and Steve Smith is on 9 of 8. So 20 runs are now needed for Rajasthan Royals to win this game of the final 24 deliveries. Strategic timeout has been taken, and I think the formalities have to be done by the Rajasthan as soon as they come back. We will take a break and we will return within a while. You just stay tuned to Sports Flashes.
This is Sports Flashes Live.
Sports Flashes.
It's time for Indian T20 Showdown. Stay tuned to Sports Flashes. You are listening to Sports Flashes Live.
Kohli finishes off in style. A magnificent strike into the crowd. India lift the World Cup. Pulls it back. Here's Ronaldo for the hat-trick. And Cristiano Ronaldo does it again.
Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. You are tuned into Sports Flashes Radio.
And what a performance by the number 3 seed Saina Nehwal, who tomorrow will contest a third All-England semi-final.
Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Sports Flashes.
This is Sports Flashes Live.
The flying Finn from Helsinki is on his last lap, looking magnificently good for his 20th World Championship win.
Download Sports Flashes app or visit www.sportsflashes.com. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Sports Flashes.
You are listening to Sports Flashes Live. Download Sports Flashes app or visit www.sportsflashes.com. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. This is Sports Flashes Live. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. Sports Flashes, everything about sports. You are tuned into Sports Flashes Radio. World's biggest sports radio channel. Sports Flashes, the official broadcast partner of BCCI. Sports Flashes, everything about sports. Catch all the cricketing action and complete drama at one click of your phone.
Does that. Smack again onside being peppered. Consecutive boundaries.
Don't miss. Download the app now. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Sports Flashes.
One station filled with full football fever.
Thinks about the shot. Will go for it and will plant an absolute cracker into the corner to put the icing on what is a very sweet tasting cake for Manchester City.
And you are just one click away.
Sergio Aguero. Oh, that's vicious! Unstoppable!
Download Sports Flashes app or visit www.sportsflashes.com. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Sports Flashes.
Welcome back to Cricket Lounge. 170 for the loss of 2 wickets. Rajasthan Royals after 16.4 overs need just 18 of 20 deliveries. Just mere formalities at the moment, it seems, at the Wankhede Stadium, as Rajasthan Royals are cruising to their only second win of the season, and that will give them a lot of boost, a lot of the smiles in the dugout already, but they still know that it's not over. I'm Karthik Sinha. With me is Wally Siddiqui back in Cricket Lounge. It's 170 for the loss of 2 wickets. Smith is on 10. Samson has played a good knock of 31 as well.
And just 18 runs now needed of 20 deliveries, and if it's one bowler who could get them back in the game, it's Jasprit Bumrah, as he has got the wicket of Sanju Samson through an LBW, tried to play across the line, and that is a plum. I guess that has to be given out, but he has taken a review. It will be a big wicket for Mumbai. They might sneak their way back in the game. You never know. It's cricket. It's a funny game. Anything is still quite possible.
Well, he's been given out, and now they have reviewed it. Rajasthan Royals, was that a no ball? No, thankfully not for Mumbai Indians. That's one take. Now, was there an inside edge? And what was the height? Where was it going? Well. It's hit him above the knee roll, and with the angle that Bumrah bowls, could also be sliding down the leg side. But the leg stump was visible. Was there an inside edge? Well, not at all. He was inside the crease as well, you've pointed out, so not a long way for the ball to travel, but still no inside edge. The ultra edge confirms that, so we'll have to wait and see where's the ball going to go and hit the stumps. Well, and yes, it is the umpire's call. He was just clipping the leg stump, so review will be retained though, and he will have to walk. Well, Sanju Samson, so that's out. Finally, a decent leg before decision given by the umpire. Earlier one had already been overturned off Ajinkya Rahane. So 173 now for 3, or 170 for 3 Rajasthan Royals, and as you said, the only bowler who can turn things around is Bumrah, and he struck.
And if Mumbai Indians need to make their way back in the game, then they will need another over
just like that, because 2 runs have come off this over. 1 wicket has been taken by Jasprit Bumrah. Another ball remains. So another over or 2 by Mumbai Indians like this, and they will be well within the game. But Steve Smith is still out there. Rahul Tripathi will come out to bat, and he is also pretty much a quality batsman for the Rajasthan Royals. And even in the IPL, he came out as a standout opening batsman for the Pune Warriors before Rajasthan were banned for 2 years. And then as soon as Rajasthan came back, he was shifted to Rajasthan, but instead of opening the innings, he was sent at the middle order, and Rahane and the team management seemed to persist with that. Maybe that might be a mistake for him because he is a quality opener. So Rahul Tripathi is a man who will be facing Jasprit Bumrah's final delivery of his third over. 18 runs now needed of 19 deliveries, and he doesn't make a mistake and takes the single. 17 now needed of 18. 171 for 3. 17 overs have gone by, and Tripathi will take the strike.
Final 3 overs remaining. That's 18 deliveries remaining and 17 to get. With 7 wickets remaining, you'd have to see and say that it is the Royals who are the favourites here. Not often have we said that. We've seen that in the past against Punjab as well. They were cruising after the start of the innings, but then the wicket of Rahane and then the munkering of Butler saw them lose their way against Rajasthan Royals. Ended up losing, and I think not just on that occasion, quite a few matches they have been quite unlucky in positions to go on and win the game, but they've then let it go from there. But we're hoping that doesn't happen today, with only 17 required of the final 3 overs for Rajasthan Royals to win the game.
They were quite close to cross the finishing line on 3 or 4 occasions, if I'm not mistaken. The first being against Kings 11 Punjab, when they lost 7 wickets for 21 runs. The second being against Chennai Super Kings at Chepak, when they needed 12 of the last over, but Bravo bowled a phenomenal over. Only 3 runs came of that over. Stokes got the big wicket of Stokes. And then the last game against Chennai also, when they needed to defend 18 runs, another lost opportunity. So you could see if they had got those 2 points each, 6 points, and with the additional 2 points against the RCB, then they would have been second or third on the table. So it would have been a completely different story for the Rajasthan Royals. But they now have an opportunity to do wonders and win this game. A slog sweep by Tripathi, will that cross the boundary line? Oh, absolutely not. That's another wicket. So things are getting nowhere here for Rajasthan Royals, and we were talking about the Delhi Capitals being the masters of choking, but I think Rajasthan Royals will be giving equal attention over here.
Absolutely, Tripathi, there was no need to play that slog hit. Krunal Pandya was the bowler, goes for the heave, and it's Hardik Pandya who's completed the catch at deep mid-wicket, and from way outside the off-stump he's pulled that over and swept that towards mid-wicket. Pandya completing the catch in reverse cup Australian fashion, and then kisses the ball after completing the catch. Krunal delighted with that. Bumrah was delighted. Rohit Sharma was delighted as well. And in the end, it's wicket number 4 down now for the Rajasthan Royals. 171 for the loss of 4 wickets. And what are Rajasthan doing? Absolutely no need to play shots like that. But I think as long as Steven Smith is there, you'll have to say that the experience is with the side.
Another over of Jasprit Bumrah left, so always keep that in mind. I think that is what got the better of Rahul Tripathi, because he didn't want to face Jasprit Bumrah when they wanted to get 12 of 12. I think it's better if you face Bumrah when it's 6 needed of 12, because that keeps you off the pressure. But what has he done away? A big wicket of Rahul Tripathi. Poonam Bandewar is over here. She's saying that Mumbai might lose this game. Sagita Mores thinks that MI will win this game. Vava is also here with us, saying that Mumbai will win. Khurshid Ahmad has joined us from Kuwait, is saying that every time Butler reminds the MI that breaking up with him was a big mistake. I think Josh Butler, was he a part of
part of the Mumbai Indian side, and he's certainly come back to haunt his club today, the franchise, but he's gone. Now Liam Livingstone is the new man in. He's at the non-strikers end. 17 runs of 16 deliveries, and it's Smith on strike, and he's although not getting hold of it, he's still pulled one away towards long on and collects a single. Now this will be difficult because Liam Livingstone is playing his first game of the season. He's not been involved in a lot of match practice, although you do nets and everything, but match practice is match practice. And I just can't believe it that after being dismissed, he was smiling. It was Tiwari.
It's as if he was ready for that, and Jasprit Bumrah was the man who was more ecstatic because he wants to bowl to a fresh pair of batsmen. Livingston will be definitely struggling against him, but let's not forget that they still have Shreyas Gopal in the hut. He made a brief cameo of 19 odd runs in the previous game. against Chennai and posted a total of 150, a good defendable score that was. 172 is the score. With that single, Livingston takes it on the very first delivery of his IPL career. 14 runs are now needed, 15 runs are now needed of 14 deliveries. Mumbai Indians are creeping their way back in the game, and everyone can feel the tension in the stadium, the owners, the fans. Rohit Sharma himself and Krunal Pandya too, talking about the YouTube comments section. Though many Mumbai Indians fans are here with us, Khalid Newman still feels that Mumbai Indians are 20 runs short. Bikesh Kumar is supporting Mumbai Indians. Sujit Sahu, a little too early for the RCB game, supporting RCB. We'll be back with that as well. And Rahul Kulkarni also supporting Royal Challengers Bangalore. But let's get back on this game. 14 runs needed of 13 deliveries. I think this might... and there's another wicket for Krunal Pandya. So 5 wickets have fallen, and what a mess Rajasthan Royals are making of this run chase. 14 runs of 12 deliveries. I think the Delhi Capitals and Kings 11 Punjab one was an accident, but this one is turning out to be an even bigger self-destruction.
Well, what are they doing? There's no need for Tripathi to play that shot now. It's Liam Livingston going for the slog it over the mid-wicket, and the ball is going straight through, no turn. There was the arm ball, and rattles the middle stump, and that's wicket number 3, I'm thinking, for Krunal Pandya. Rohit is delighted as Mumbai can sense that they are back in this contest. 18 overs gone, 174 for 5. Liam Livingstone gone for 1, bowled by Krunal Pandya. Now 12 deliveries remaining and 14 runs to get. Would be a shame if they go on and lose it, Rajasthan Royals, because they were in absolute control. 20 were needed of 24 deliveries. They've just scored 6 in the last 2 overs, and not that, they've lost important wickets as well. Sanju Samson gone, then it was Rahul Tripathi, and now it is Liam Livingston as well. So 3 wickets in that period, and once again, as we speak, that partnerships broken, momentum broken, and certainly you have time to get back in this contest, and Mumbai Indians are proving that here at the Wankhede Stadium. The crowd is behind them, and it's Jasprit Bumrah to bowl over number 19. Smith is on strike now. It is all on Smith. Shreyas Gopal is the new man, but he will be at the non-strikers end. A strike rate of 101.2. 84 runs in his 24 IPL matches for Shreyas Gopal, although he'd be hoping that it's Smith who does the bulk of the damage and beats the outside edge. Or has he got the wicket? There's a huge appeal for caught behind, and it's given a delayed decision, and Smith is gone as well. Well, would you believe it? Mumbai Indians are right back in it.
What a comeback by Mumbai Indians, and now they are the favourites to win this game, and that too the all-important wicket of Rajasthan Royals. And unbelievable what has just happened. Rajasthan Royals, the fans, their supporters are in shock as to what is happening over here. 174 for 6. Steven Smith, the veteran, the Australian former captain, he departs as well, and what a beautiful delivery that was. Takes the outside edge, faintest of edge. Ishan Kishan wasn't aware of it. Jasprit Bumrah clearly was aware of it, and another wicket. Bumrah taking his second wicket of the match, and this is why he was so happy when Rahul Tripathi's wicket fell. Unbelievable. And you can just look at it, Karthik. In the previous game when Rajasthan Royals were facing Chennai Super Kings, 18 runs were needed of the final over. We were all backing Chennai Super Kings to win that game because momentum. And now you can see 12 balls, 14 runs are needed, but those 14 runs seem like 34 runs because momentum once again called Mumbai Indians chipping in with the wickets, and that's what they've exactly done. Brilliant bowling by them.
Brilliant bowling, brilliant composure, and they've held on to their catches as well, as they've got on to now put immense pressure on Rajasthan Royals. 6 wickets gone at the moment, and it is a lot of trouble time for, I have to say, Rajasthan Royals. Rahane gone, Butler gone, Samson gone, Rahul Tripathi gone, and now they've got Steven Smith back in the hut as well. Well, what are they doing? Livingston gone as well. Irresponsible shots from Livingston and Tripathi, I have to say. So was one from Sanju Samson. Krishnappa Gautam is the new man in. So Krishnappa Gautam and Shreyas Gopal, the two new men out there in the middle. And Bumrah bowls a cracking Yorker, up for an appeal for leg before, but that was certainly drifting down the leg side. Hardik Pandya having a word, Rohit Sharma as well, and I don't think that would have been a good call to review that. I think that's clearly going down the leg side. Will Rohit take the review? He's got 3, 2, one, and right in the nick of time with a smile. A second was left on the clock and he's taken the review.
175 for 6. I think it is the right thing to do because just 8 balls remain after this, and you have to put the pressure on the batsmen, break their momentum as soon as possible. 2 new batsmen, and both of them are spinners. We know both of them can strike the ball, but with a bowler like Jasprit Bumrah bowling to you, I think it becomes even more difficult. And yes, I think it might be missing the leg stump. It might be missing the leg stump, and all 3 results are possible again. A win, a loss for Rajasthan, or a super over. You never know. Anything is still quite possible. It is an interesting game. But what is it with teams not able to finish the games? Whenever 20 runs are needed of 25 balls, why aren't they able to finish it? I'm really glad that Delhi were able to finish it yesterday.
No, I'm really glad that Delhi aren't the only team who've bottled as well this season, and it will be given as not out. It was clearly drifting down the leg side, way down the leg side, but it was a risk. It was a call that Mumbai had to take because it's wickets, and only wickets that can win them the game. 10 deliveries remaining and 13 runs to get for Rajasthan Royals, with 6 wickets down, 4 in hand, and it's Gautam and Gopal out there in the middle. Mahela Jayawardene as well out there for the Mumbai Indians in their coaching unit, and he's sitting there looking fairly tense, but Zaid Khan will be pleased, the bowling coach, seeing how Mumbai Indians have clawed their way back in this contest. Last 14 deliveries, only 7 runs have been scored and 4 wickets have been lost by Rajasthan Royals. As that's a good shot there from Shreyas Gopal. Can he get there? Oh, what an effort!
Piece of fielding by Alzari Joseph. He certainly stopped a boundary over there, and you could see with his approach, I think, though he might be disappointing with the ball and he might have injured himself and his shoulder, he's in immense pain over there. That might be a match-winning piece of fielding over there, Karthik.
What a stop.
Worrying signs for Alzari Joseph and for Mumbai Indians. 11 needed of 8, and had that boundary come, it would have been 9 of 8 deliveries. So I think even if Mumbai do manage to win the game, I think Alzari Joseph should be given a separate award for that piece of fielding. What really effort.
I think the way he chased it down and then puts in a dive, ball was always ahead of him. I think the way he landed, he's done some damage to his right shoulder as Alzari Joseph, and possibly his biggest contribution in this game as far as Joseph is concerned. He's still lying on the ground outside the boundary rope. Tense looking physio along with Ben Cutting as well, walking through towards the fielder. Was he going to bowl the last over as well? I don't doubt they'd give it to him, but what an effort. Tall, long bloke running with full steam, and then in that process putting in a forward dive to stop the ball. What an effort, I have to say. I think possibly the best piece of fielding we've seen all day from anyone in this contest, Wali.
Honestly, yes, and that might turn out to be a match-winning piece of fielding, because every run matters in such a run chase. 11 runs now needed of 8 balls, and Gopal would be really decimated that didn't rush to the boundary line. Meanwhile, the physios have come to give a look at Alzari Joseph's condition, but what a brilliant piece of fielding. And Mumbai Indians, this is what truly makes them champion team, because the cohesion, they function as a well-oiled machine. They know what to do at what point, at what point, and Rohit Sharma's captaincy always speaks volume. Even when the match was a lost cause, 20 runs were needed of 24, and good to know that the match is back on. And another beautiful delivery by Jasprit Bumrah, appealing for another caught behind, but this time I think he has missed the outside edge. 11 now needed of 7 balls. The Shreyas Gopal is feeling the heat. Krishna Pagatham on the non-strikers and is also feeling the heat, and the Mumbai Indian supporters are on the edge of the seats, and Ajinkya Rahane is as uncomfortable as ever.
Absolutely, and now Rohit must be thinking, why did I take that DRS to the LBW? This could have been another DRS appeal. But in the end, the bowler was confident, the wicketkeeper was confident, Rohit was confident as well, but the man that matters the most is the umpire, and he did not believe that took the outside edge. So we'll have to wait and see. And yes, the ultras also confirms there was no outside edge, so no problem there for Shreyas Gopal. He's on 2 of 2, and outside edge through towards fine third man. That will be a boundary, a lucky boundary there for Rajasthan Royals. The third man was fine to try and cut such an edge off, but in the end it was a little too fine for that man. Now 7 needed of 7 deliveries,
and that was a crucial boundary. Like we were talking about Alzari Joseph's effort, I think we have to praise Shreyas Gopal as well, because had that boundary not come over here, then the pressure
would have built even more on the Rajasthan Royals camp, but an important boundary, 7 of 7. The game still looks likely to be in Rajasthan Royals' favour because the next over will be bowled by some unknown quantity, and that's another edge, and this time he has dropped it. And how has he managed to drop that, Ishan Kishan? And that was a difficult take, but just look at how action-packed this over was. First delivery, you get the wicket of Steven Smith. Next delivery, there is an LBW decision, but it is not out because it was tilting outside. The third delivery, Shreyas Gopal strikes a boundary which almost went to the boundary line, but Alzari Joseph tilts it at the next moment. Next delivery goes for a 4 after edge, and the next delivery, what happens? A catch dropped. So it is going to be an interesting course. It's just 6 runs needed of 6 balls.
Well, it was a delivery that was angled in towards the middle and leg stump, slightly shortish. On the back foot was the batsman. He was looking to play it on the offside, and following the angle of the ball, young Ishan Kishan was moving through towards down the leg side, but then took the outside edge. Certainly had to change his direction and put on through towards the right hand side, change the balance, change his momentum as well. But in the end, well, it was a good, it's a decent chance, but a very difficult one for young Ishan Kishan to take, and in the end a single there. So 182 for 6. Now 6 runs remaining and 6 deliveries remaining as well. So this certainly will be another exciting contest. It's Hardik Pandya who will bowl over number 20, and Wally saying, well, it's over now. We'll have to wait and see. Third man at the boundary rope, backward point, short extra cover, mid-off as well on the offside. And we'll just let you know the fielders that are patrolling the boundary rope, the 5 that are allowed. Fine legs there as well as he hits one. It's in the air. Will the fielder get underneath it? Seems like he will, and it's dropped. It's dropped by the fielder at a long off, and they'll come back for the second as well. Would you believe it? 184 for 6 is the substitute fielder who's on the field for Alzari Joseph, and he's dropped it.
And that is not the way you want to make the headlines. This was his first appearance with the poor substitute fielder, and we haven't got a clear look at who he was. It was a difficult chance. I think he was starting at mid-off and he was running behind, so it was an extremely difficult chance. And Hardik Pandya, you could see he is in distress. 4 runs now needed of 5 delivery, just 1 shot away. And the next ball is a shortish length delivery, a good well-directed bouncer by Hardik Pandya. 4 runs now needed of 4 deliveries. Everyone's feeling the tension, and including us, we're also on the edge of our seats, and a lot of fans over here think that Rajasthan might be able to win this game. Anjana is here with a sad emoticon saying that Mumbai Indians should win this. Hulash thinks that Rajasthan has a chance to finally end this game. Well, you never know. We have seen funnier things happen. It might also end up in a super over.
Well, Mike, just all 3 results are still possible. And talking about that drop catch from Ishan, he got both hands to it. The ball popped out once he hit the ground while diving to his right. 4 of 4 needed. Still anyone's game. Could be all 3 results as it's driven over mid-off. That will be a boundary. Rajasthan Royals finally win this contest after creating a mountain of remorse. But in the end, they've won the contest thanks to that off drive. And it's a 4-wicket win for Rajasthan Royals over Mumbai Indians. Only the second this season for Rajasthan Royals, and it was the young boy in Shreyas Gopal, first with the ball and then with the bat. So quickly we'll tell you what's happened. Rajasthan Royals won the toss, elected to bowl first, and Mumbai Indians scored 187 for 5 in the 20 overs. De Kock top scoring with 81, 47 for Rohit Sharma, and a quick fire 28 for Hardik Pandya, taking him to 187 for 5 in the 20 overs. 3 wickets for Jofra Archers for Rajasthan Royals, and a wicket each for Dhaval Kulkarni and Jaidev Unnatkar. And then chasing 188 to win, Rajasthan Royals achieved the target in 19.3 overs, losing 6 wickets. A top scorer for Rajasthan Royals, Josh Butler, 89 of just 43 deliveries, 37 for Rahane, 31 for Samson, and 13 not out for Shreyas Gopal as they romped home nervily, but in the end they did manage to win. 3 wickets for Krunal Pandya, 2 for Jasprit Bumrah, and 1 for Rahul Chair for the Mumbai Indians. So that's the news. The Rajasthan Royals have defeated Mumbai Indians by 4 wickets in match number 27 of the IPL. Match 1 of today. While in a short time, it will be Kings 11 Punjab against Royal Challengers Bangalore. We will go on and bring you the update as well of that contest. Stay tuned. While the news coming in is that Royal Challengers Bangalore have won the toss and they've opted to field first at the IS Binder Stadium in Mohali. So Rajasthan Royals have beaten Mumbai Indians by 4 wickets. It's time for us to take a break. We'll be back with the coverage of the second game of the day when Kings 11 Punjab host Royal Challengers Bangalore. Till then, thank you for joining and tuning into Sports Flashes Cricket Lounge. We will be back very shortly with the coverage of the second game as well.
You are listening to Sports Flashes Live. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. This is Sports Flashes Live.
Sports Flashes.
It's time for Indian T20 Showdown. Stay tuned to Sports Flashes. You are listening to Sports Flashes Live.
Kohli finishes off in style. A magnificent strike into the crowd. India lift the World Cup. Pulls it back. Here's Ronaldo for the hat-trick. And Cristiano Ronaldo does it again.
Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. You are tuned into Sports Flashes Radio.
And what a performance by the number 3 seed Saina Nehwal, who tomorrow will contest a third All-England semi-final.
Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Sports Flashes.
This is Sports Flashes Live.
The flying Finn from Helsinki is on his last lap, looking magnificently good for his 20th World Championship win.
Download Sports Flashes app or visit www.sportsflashes.com. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Sports Flashes.
You are listening to Sports Flashes Live. Download Sports Flashes app or visit www.sportsflashes.com. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. This is Sports Flashes Live. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. Sports Flashes, everything about sports. You are tuned into Sports Flashes Radio. World's biggest sports radio channel. Sports Flashes, the official broadcast partner of BCCI. Sports Flashes, everything about sports. Catch all the cricketing action and complete drama at one click of your phone.
He does that. Smack again onside, being peppered. Consecutive boundaries.
Don't miss. Download the app now. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Sports Flashes.
One station filled with full football fever.
Thinks about the shot. Will go for it. And will plant an absolute cracker into the corner to put the icing on what is a very sweet-tasting cake for Manchester City.
And you are just one
Unstoppable.
Download Sports Flashes app or visit www.sportsflashes.com. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel.
Sports Flashes.
You are listening to Sports Flashes live. Sports Flashes, world's biggest sports radio channel. This is